You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. Make sure on your way in, you please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. And of course, if you're new here, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also, we do have a membership that you can join, so you can hit the join button as well. But yes, a like and a share really helps out our algorithm. So make sure y'all put y'all foot down when y'all get in and relax, grab your drink, grab your snacks, and hit the like button. Thank you so very, very much. Let me get my water here. I always got to keep my water near and dear because my throat be getting dry when I be on here talking to y'all for so long. But we ain't going to be on here that long tonight. I'm going to just give y'all a little bit of update about, excuse me, Xscape and what's been going on with them ladies. Now, I don't know how many of y'all was following the Queen of R&B TV show, which was Xscape and SWV. And that came on last year, was it? Gosh, it seems so long ago. But I think it was about a year ago that show had came on. And I want to say it was maybe 6 episodes. I can't remember, child. But anyway, for the people who was following that show, you know that basically SWV and Xscape minus LaTocha had got together and they went on tour. Now, it was supposed to include LaTocha in the beginning, but LaTocha, y'all remember, if y'all watched the show, y'all remember what happened with that. LaTocha was being shady. She was half the time coming to the rehearsals. She would come to the sound checks. She was always late or she didn't show up at all. And then when she did show up, she always had a freaking major attitude. Like if somebody owed her something. I mean, she would come in there like she was the star of the whole group, even though, as we saw, her sister, Tamika, who basically has been doing all LaTocha's parts, since LaTocha didn't want to be involved with the Xscape group, she has been killing it. She's been knocking it out the park. So Tamika not only been doing her parts, she's also been doing her sister's part. And then of course we got Tiny and Kandi, who always, been there from the jump. Now, back in the day, we know that it was once upon a time where Kandi, she had wanted to step out, and she did. She stepped out and got her toes wet, got her album out there. Then I think she made either 1 or 2 more albums. I do got her first 2 albums. I don't know if she made a third one for sure or not. But I do know I got both of Kandi's albums, the first 2. So she had stepped out back in the gap, and she had created her own music by herself, solo albums. I thought she did okay. Of course, like many groups, they do a lot better when they're together than when they're separate. Like, let's say LaTocha, who had created that gospel album and had released the single on the same day. It was like a little shade. She had released her single on the same day that the R&B the Queens of R&B had premiered. Y'all remember that? And we was like, oh my God. And I was looking forward to it. Oh my God. Matter of fact, we was talking on here one day and people was like, I ain't buying her album. I ain't buying because a lot of people just ain't been feeling Tasha, especially after we done heard a plethora of things like shady, slick things her and her husband have done over the years to her, not only her sister, but the whole SWV group. I mean, the whole Xscape group. Mainly the $30,000. I wouldn't even say mainly. That ain't the main thing. But $30,000 that she stole. She stole, and I know people keep talking about allegedly. It ain't no allegedly because we saw the check. We saw the handwriting. We saw her signing social security numbers. We saw LaTocha and her husband sign that check, and that check was supposed to go to Tamika, and they signed it and they cashed it, and they never told Tamika anything about it. And then what I hated the most was during last year when the show was going on, what I hated the most was their mother. Their mother, who people was like, she was like, I'm the fifth the fifth member. Hey, Choreo lover.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, because my AirPods are not acting right. I don't know what the problem is. Sorry, I'm late. Go ahead.
That's okay. That's okay, boo. I'm just catching
Okay.
people up on for the people who might not know exactly what has led up to where we are today with the lawsuit from LaTocha Scott. And what's up, Ray? Like, how you doing? Ray said, "Hey, Cloud people, thank you for
Hey.
dropping down."
Yeah. So
Yes.
this is Escape, the singing group Escape.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, did you watch the show? We was doing reviews on that last year, but I can't remember if you was joining us then. But did you watch any of that show, The Queens of R&B, last
Uh-uh.
year? Okay, okay,
No, I told you I don't watch reality TV. I gave it up.
okay. No problem. I certainly understand because I done gave up a lot of reality shows, even ones that I used to review, like even
Right.
Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah.
Right. I listen to you to get updates on the ones I used to watch. Does that make
And
sense?
yes, and thank you for that. And shout out to all the people who be watching my reviews. I know I don't get a
Um,
whole bunch of views like the big, huge bloggers, but people be checking out my reviews. They even be on my website, Choreo.
right, I believe it. You do a great you do a great job with your
Thank
reviews.
you.
Just from the way you present them, the detail, it's not over commentary, because sometimes it's like, can you move it along? So you do a great job. Yeah, and
Ah,
fumbling
thank
over
you.
you're not fumbling on your words, getting ahead of yourself and going, wait. Let me go back a minute. I forgot to tell y'all that is irritating.
I know. You know what? That's funny you say that because my son Cam, when he was leaving out the house earlier, I
Mhm.
was doing a review of what was I doing? BMF something I was doing, and he was
Mhm.
like, "Look at you, look sounding like a broadcaster."
You
I was like,
do.
"Thank you."
You do. You really
I
do.
appreciate that. I really do appreciate that.
Okay,
Ray
so
said he don't
this
care
is
for reality
Escape.
TV. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, and Ray, I get
Only
it. I
one.
get it. They don't care for reality TV either. I understand. But yeah, so with this escape, so a lot of people know that LaTocha and her husband has stole $30,000 from Tamika back in
The
the day.
sis- the sisters. Go here.
The sister, yeah, because so LaTocha, no, Tamika had moved, and so
Hmm.
her mail was still getting sent to like LaTocha,
I
um,
always
and
wondered
her
how she got a
husband.
hold of it. So
Yep.
okay,
And
that makes
so they
sense.
was getting each other's mail and they couldn't figure out Tamika's address or location because it had got like returned or something. So they sent it to LaTocha thinking, that this is coming from, the company who pays them. So they're probably thinking, yeah, we give it to the sister. She give it to the other
Right,
sister. Child,
right.
no. Her and her husband signed that check, signed
Mm.
her signature, and deposit that check. They acted like they were her actual like managers or something like that and had permission to sign the check and cash it. and they
Oh
cashed
my
it.
god.
Never told her about it. She found out years later when she was like, and it was royalties. It was royalties because Tiny's mother, Diane, when they were
Mm-hmm.
much younger, she told them, "You guys, y'all need to sign up to this one. I forgot what the site is or something, but basically, so y'all can get paid royalties on y'all
Mm-hmm.
music whenever somebody uses it." And
Mm-hmm.
so the girls didn't know anything about that. They young, so Tiny and them went and did it, and she didn't know. Tamika didn't know that anybody else had ever got paid, right?
Right.
And when she found out that people had got paid, she was like, "Well, hold up, why did I get paid? I'm part of the group." And
Right.
that's when she contacted the company and found out that the check was signed by her sister and her
The-
sister's name.
oh my God. Go ahead, girl. I
Yes.
mean, if
So
it's from your sister, you would just about do anything. You know what I'm saying? To anyone. Go ahead.
yes, but see, their relationship hasn't always been the best. And one of
Okay.
the reasons is because from what we saw in the show and from what we heard from the stories over the years, and through the show, in a reality show, a lot of shit come up from the past. So we
Right.
learned that her relationship with her sister wasn't that great because her mother was one of those mothers who always favor one of their
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
and that trickled on down to the sister relationship.
Mm,
So
mm,
they
mm,
really weren't that cool. And then later on down the line, remember when Kandi had stepped out? For y'all who follow Kandi and Xscape, she had stepped out. She had made her own music. She
right.
started doing her own thing, but she didn't really want to leave Xscape. But they forced her to sign a leave of memberment notice. And when we was watching the show last year, Candy had broke down and she had started crying. It had got really, really heated when they was
Mm-hmm.
discussing that, and she started crying when they started discussing that because she was asked to sign years ago. And being that was all cut from the show because when she started crying, they was like, cut. Sometimes they'd be like, turn
Mm-hmm.
the cameras off. Turn
Mm-hmm.
the cameras off. But Tasha believed that Candy asked the producers to delete the part because she was crying. But
Mm-hmm.
Candy, she's cried a lot of times. Did
Mm-hmm.
you used to watch Housewives of Atlanta?
Of
Candy would
course
break
I
down and cry
did.
in a heartbeat, and it wasn't like she's a punk or nothing like that. But
Mm-hmm.
she like when she get angry, she's kind of like me sometimes. You get
Yes.
so frustrated,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
cry.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so but there was a part of that they had took out. But what happened was they had asked Candy about it later, and she said it wasn't in regard to the name, but when they were younger, she signed a leaving members notice, and she said it was a long story, but basically they forced her to sign that notice, and she didn't want to sign it. So
Mm-hmm.
around that time Tiny's mother, Diane, had also told them to get a trademark for the group. So Tiny and Candy, they went to do the trademark. But for some reason the trademark fell through because they didn't follow up with okay, now ain't a storyline like that in the beef sector.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does sound very familiar. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this what had happened in my QB. What had happened? Okay. So about the rights to escape, Tamika said that she and her sister
Mm-hmm.
had heard that Candy and Tiny were trying to get the rights to escape by filing for the trademark. This is back in the gap, but it
Mm-hmm.
fell through because they didn't follow up with it. So then Tasha told Tamika that they should do it, but Tasha didn't have the money to pay for it. Guess who paid for it? Her
Tamika.
sister, Tamika.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Tamika, she did it. She signed for it, and they got the trademark. And she had told her sister LaTocha, "We got this trademark, but we gotta, put the other people's names on it." And Tasha said she would do that, but she never did. And not only did she never put the other girl's name on the trademark, she never did pay Tamika back for the money for her part of getting to trademark.
Right. So in the meantime, that's making her sister look bad with the other two, like she try her, making it look like she's conniving with
Yep.
her sister to cut them out.
Yep. And Tamika told Tasha Good that you need to put Tiny and Candy's name on there. But Tasha, then went ahead and put Tiny's name on there, but she left. See,
Candy.
you know, Tasha never did like Candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
never liked Candy. And Candy,
Mm-hmm.
when they all would talk about the past, and this
Mm-hmm.
kind of, she got a soft spot on that too, because she said she used to bust her ass to try to make Tasha like her. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, but she would like me. She didn't invite me to stuff. She said I was always left out all by myself. When they would go on tour, she was always left by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She really didn't want to fuck with her. And so they
Mm-hmm.
always had some type of thing. So I think Tasha felt even, more had more dislike towards her when Candy started doing her own thing. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why they wanted her to sign that release a memberment form, and that's another reason why she didn't put her name on the trademark.
Mm-hmm.
So now, following up to today, following up to today, LaTocha is now suing Mona Scott. What's on YouTube cameras? Yes, the mother was involved in that too. Everybody thinks that the mother has something to do with the check because when we watched the show last year, remember the mother. Choreo. God, I wish. I think I might just cut that clip and send it to you. Text it to you because they mother, Tasha and Tamika, they mother
Mm-hmm.
got so angry and frustrated with Tamika on the show. You know how you like 5'10", a young kid, and your mama just go off on you, like rip you to pieces with her words because you just
Mm-hmm.
done something so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And she chewed her out on the TV show because she was like, how you gonna put that information out here? How you gonna say your daughter stole? And she's like, Mom, we got the proof. The company says she signed for the check. She ain't paid me my $30,000. The mom, man, it was so bad. It was so bad. And so that's why. And then the mother said she was the fifth member.
Wait, what?
Yes,
Her old gray ass, she said she was the fifth member of
yes,
Xscape?
yes. So she
Girl.
said she got every right to basically everything
Everything.
because she's the fifth member.
Girl.
Because it was a lot of Latasha and
Mm.
their mother and Latasha's husband who had tried to have control of Xscape. That's how it was, back in the day. And a lot of times when Tamika would try to be like, Mom, that's not right. Or she would try to tell her sister and them, that's not right. We should maybe do this or try that. They always shut Tamika down. Latasha didn't let Tamika write. Latasha didn't want Tamika to lead. She just wanted her to be like everybody behind her. Like she's the
Mm-hmm.
lead. Even though if you got a very good knowledge of the history of Xscape and
Mm-hmm.
got most of their albums or know most of their songs, it was kind of a split
It
between
was.
right. But she feels like she is the lead, and that's what she's now saying too in this lawsuit. Like I own the trademark, and I'm like the lead singer, and I'm suing y'all because I'm not feeling this tour. Now, Latasha was actually supposed to go on a tour with Xscape. But last year, when they was doing the show, Latasha kept skipping rehearsals and skipping sound checks and coming in there with an attitude. And then when they would ask her shit like her opinion, I don't know, I gotta pray about it. I don't know. I don't know. Like she was always just, and so they would like get pissed and be arguing and be like, you know what, if you don't want to be here, just leave and woo woo woo. So she ended up doing her own little gospel album that flippity flippity flopped. You remember
Mm-hmm.
that gospel album she tried to put out?
No. I didn't know anything about a gospel album. I had no idea because it flippity flippity flopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear nothing. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God! What's up, Jackie
Mm-mm.
Chambers? How y'all doing? They
Oh,
said,
let me
"What's up, Coriel?"
give me a minute. Jackie, hey Ray. Hey, hey YouTube cameras. Okay, I'm done.
That's okay.
You the one that said it first.
I know. It's okay. But yeah, so all right, so yeah, she had put an album out last year. And so okay, what had happened was
Mm-hmm.
Tasha and her sister Tamika had both thought about doing a gospel album. And this was the year before last year because the reality show came out last year. So the year before that, Motown had offered the sisters a gospel deal. And then during like a snowstorm that year, when Tasha spent the night at her house, Tamika said she wanted everything to be split down the middle, which would make sense, right? That's your sister, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. Okay. But of course, the amazing singer and songwriter that LaTocha thinks she is, she believed that she should receive more for her talents. This is your sister,
Okay, now let me ask you, which one is the fat one?
Tasha.
Okay. So why are you
I'm going on
laughing?
mute. Hold up. I'm going on mute.
Okay. Was I wrong, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Was I wrong? Because I always got the sisters mixed up. And the only way back in the day I could remember who was one was a fat ass. And
Oh shit! Almost spit my drink out.
and I know that back in the day it was getting around that Escape had issues and they wasn't liking each other. And it was always Tamika. No, which one? Which one's the fat one?
LaTocha.
Okay, she was all they. We knew back in the day that her and Kandi didn't leave, and it was her fault that Kandi left the group. That was the word back
And
in the
that's what
day.
happened. And you're right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey,
Yeah, she
Miss
always
Reyes.
had a problem with Kandi, and that was one of the reasons that Kandi wanted to step out and venture out because LaTocha was running shit. Like what I just said about the gospel album, Motown wanted both of them, gave them a nice deal and everything, but because of the fact that LaTocha told her sister,
Hello. Hello. I think you dropped out. You need to come
oh
back.
sorry, I accidentally
Okay.
hit mute.
Okay.
But yeah, so this just shows you how controlling LaTocha was. And then she had her husband right there with her, who is an extreme narcissist. Okay. And so just from looking at the fact that Motown offered them a deal 2 years ago, the
Mm-hmm.
sisters, a nice deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Tasha said, no, I don't want to split it down the middle of my sister. And she said, I'm a better singer and I'm a better writer. Now, Tamika
Wow.
said, I don't have a problem splitting all the work. Tamika said, I'll do some songwriting and I'll do some creating.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What songs that Escape did Tamika and Latasha do? What did they write? What songs did they write that we were listening to on the radio? And when we went to the club, we were bopping to it. Okay,
From
because
what I, from what I heard over the show last year, the main thing that LaTocha did. Now we ain't talking about songwriting. They said the main thing LaTocha was really really good at was
mm-hmm,
like the sets, the designs, their clothing, their backdrops, their things like that. She was really good at setting up that type of stuff,
mm-hmm,
which Tamika started doing last year when her sister kept skipping out on them. And I
right,
remember one episode where Kandi said she's really proud of Tamika because she said when she was with her sister, it was kind of like she was always behind her sister, and her
mm-hmm,
sister always took over everything. And she said now
mm-hmm,
Tamika is stepping into her own and
mm-hmm,
and doing songs and trying to write and
mm-hmm,
all the stage stuff and all that stuff. We saw
mm-hmm,
them last year on the show.
mm-hmm,
Tamika is like taking steps towards
mm-hmm.
coming into her true self
Right,
because she was just like a backdrop
right.
per
She
se
she
to
was
her.
living in her sister's shadow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, question.
Hmm.
This gonna sound fucked up, maybe. Don't drink juice while I ask. Okay. So basically, She wants all this money for writing because she going to write a hit. It's not that she did write a hit. She feels she's going to write a hit for Xscape. And in the meantime and in the between time, Kandi has made herself a super duper da duper da duper millionaire for writing songs. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
Kandi not only made super duper millions for writing songs for their
Mm-hmm.
group and other groups, like I
Mm-hmm.
mean, okay,
She's wrote songs for tons of black people. She wrote the
yes,
super hit No Scrubs.
no scrubs. Yep,
She's written songs for Pink. She's written songs for white people, black people all over the place. Her wall when she was on Housewives, when she went downstairs, there wasn't an inch. The stuff she put on her wall, there wasn't an inch in between all those awards. She's got
yep,
Grammy awards. The girl is bad. See how God turns it in your favor when you mistreat it.
yep. Exactly,
Now
exactly.
those that heifer, they gonna make a lot of money if they go on tour, but it's gonna be crumbs compared to what Kandi does. She don't, she probably looking at them like, fuck y'all, I don't even need to go on a tour.
Right.
I'm just doing this for
Yep.
nostalgia's sake. Okay, I'm gonna shut
hmm
up. I'm gonna
Oh no,
shut
you
up.
fine, you fine, you fine. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Ray said, I don't blame LaTocha for blocking. Remember when Kandi blocked Escape? They had to use Escape 3. And I do remember she blocked Escape by just wanting them to change the name. She
Who
didn't want them
cares?
to not tour or make music. Now, Tasha, on the other hand, she don't want them to do nothing if it ain't got nothing to do with her. That's the difference with that. Because and then the fact that LaTocha went behind all their backs
Mm-hmm.
and got the copyright without
Mm-hmm.
telling any of them,
Mm-hmm.
stealing money from her sister.
That
I'm
is
like, what gives you the right? All the shit that you, even the copyright itself, she was supposed to pay back half of the cost to her sister. She ain't never
right.
paid that back.
See that's what I'm saying, and I see what Miss Ray is saying, but Kandi probably feels some type of way or felt some type of way about the way they treated her when they were young and the group was popping. They mistreated her. Why
Yep.
should she make it
Mhm.
easy? That's just my opinion, but I get what you're saying. Go ahead,
I get
love.
what she's saying too. I get what she's saying too. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something else they talked about last year in the reality show. Tamika
Uh-huh.
herself said, and she apologized. Tamika herself apologized to Kandi because she said, the way I treated you a lot, that was the way I treated you because my sister didn't want me hanging with you.
Mm-hmm.
She was like,
I
my
heard it.
sister disliked you so much
Mm-hmm.
that it was either her way or no way. And she said that's the same with their mother. It was either
Mm-hmm.
their mother's way and Tasha's way or no way. And that went with a whole bunch of things that they dealt with the musical group. And that's why the mother has always said she's the fifth member. And I was like,
Girl, that old woman need to sat it down somewhere. She should be embarrassed to even say that on national TV. That's embarrassing. I'm the fifth. That would be like if I ran up on Prince and be like, we sharing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm the co-producer, or and people are like, who are you? What are you doing? That just sounds so weird to me, Hood Table. Where are you at now? You know, did you hit mute again?
I'm listening to you. Yep.
Oh, okay, because you get so quiet. But I mean, when you be see, here's the thing. Some of these people, see, that's what you get when hood rats get their children get in a great singer group and made a lot of money. You just the hood and the rat just never leave. Now there are people
Mhm.
that live in, the projects or whatever, but I'm talking about hood rats. Hood rats can be middle class, upper class, just a hood rat, they just trifling. They
Mhm.
can never have enough. You know what I'm saying? That's where that big one gets it from her mama or from her mammy. Let's call a thing a thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, and DJ Sean said all those runs. Oh yeah, 'cause, yeah, she do. She is good with them runs. I ain't gonna lie. He's all those runs, and no, LaTocha needs to run Tamika that check. Tamika, she owes her sister 30K plus half of what it costs for the trademark because she told her sister she was gonna pay her back. She told her sister, "I will pay you." She said, "If you get the trademark, I will pay you back." And she never did pay her back. I'm like, man, if that was my bro, I talked about this last year when we was reviewing the show. I was like, I couldn't even be able to, like, first of all, you ain't trying to pay me back yet. You can't pay me back $100 a month. Something like, and then you got mama on your side all the time talking shit to me because I put it out in the public. Her mama was so mad at Tamika because remember, y'all, not only did Tamika put it out in the public that Tasha and her husband stole her check, but also put it in the public that they was making deals behind the scene with producers. And not producers, but with what are the people who plan the shows? Promoters. With the promoters. They were making scenes behind the promoters. Like, if you get Kandi, if you get Kandi. Because remember, there was times with Kandi, she was kind of in and out, right? So they were like, if you get Kandi, I'll give y'all this much more money. I'll give y'all this much more money.
Oh, so now Bigums wants Kandi to join the tour. Gotcha.
But see, yeah, this was back in the gap, though. This was back in the gap. Because didn't nobody want just them three.
Right.
They wanted all of them together. But see, like now, they don't care if they got Tasha or not, because why? Her sister carries her sister damn near sounds just like her, if not better.
Right.
And back in the day, Miss Ray, you're right. A lot of people thought that Tasha was the better singer. I ain't gonna lie about that part. I actually thought Tiny was the worst. But
Tiny, I never understood why Tiny was up in there, because Tiny, to me, she holds a note, but that's about it.
Yeah, she holds a note.
Maybe
I used to say that to when people be like, Tiny, you tripping, you hating. You know Tiny can sing. I'd be like, if Tiny can sing, I should be the fifth member. Fuck the mom. No disrespect to the mom, but you know what I'm saying. Forget the mama talking about the fifth member. Let me be the fifth member. Tiny can be in there.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, babe.
I always felt that they felt like they needed a light-skinned member. Me and my friends used to talk about that because, this was, back in the day, things were better.
When light skin was supposedly in.
Right, because, yeah. And so me and my friends always felt like, we didn't talk about it all the time, give me a break, but when we would discuss them, because I'm telling you, back in the day, they had their issues and it was slipping out into the public. And we would always wonder where Tiny came from. And we thought either she was a cousin of one of them or one of their best friends. But and then we came to the conclusion that back in the day, yeah, light skin and stuff was in. And we always felt that they figured they needed to have one light skinned girl. That's what but we were younger. But I kind of, because okay, I'm gonna shut up. I just never thought she was a good enough singer, because Xscape, they could blow, and I always felt like she was in there going, who, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I stopped.
You be talking about you can't stand me sometimes. Girl, I be over here on mute cracking up. Like, okay. Leo the Lion. Leo Lion said, Tasha won't ever, and you are right, Leo. She will not ever admit to taking Tamika's money because they did forge her name. They did.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
They pretended to be her manager.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is so wrong on so many levels. Like, not only did you stab some other your members in the back, You stabbed your sister in the back several times. And then on top of that, you basically stabbed her in her front, back, and side when Motown offered y'all that deal. And you told your sister to her face that I'm a better singer and I'm a better writer and I deserve to have more money than you on this gospel album.
That is amazing that she talks to her sister that way and treat. If anything, the two of them should be against the other two. They should be, solid.
But see, that's how it used to be. But it was only because Tasha and their mom was making basically Tamika agree to certain things and do certain things because again, it was like Tasha and her mom's way or no way. Right. So a lot of times when Tasha and Tamika came up against the other girls, Tamika didn't want to do it. And she talked a lot about that last year during the reality show, which why she apologized to Kandi before then, but she also apologized on the reality show because she said she always did like Kandi. She always liked Kandi, but it was her sister who couldn't stand Kandi. And it was because, I mean, if you look at it, like they all, I mean, I'm not gonna say Tiny cannot sing at all.
Right, she can hold a note.
Yeah, she can sing, but the other three are a lot stronger. And Kandi, one of the things that she was known for was that high pitched nasal Mariah Carey, finger that they do. And I wish I could do. But yeah, so she was really a lot of people did like Kandi back in the day. They all have their haters, and but
right. That's what we always came to the conclusion to. That what's the big one's name? I keep forgetting.
LaTocha.
LaTocha. That LaTocha always was jealous of Kandi and wanted to, cement her position. And so she would just make Kandi feel like a dog. I'm telling y'all, back in the day, everybody knew about Xscape's issues. Everybody. And it was always in the LaTocha's favor. See, I'm a little older than you, aren't I? Just a little bit.
We around almost the same age.
Okay, well, go ahead. Shit. Fine.
I ain't no spring chicken. Is that what they call them? Spring chicken?
Yeah.
I can't drop it like it's hot like I used to. My knees don't get that low, but Anyway, moving right along in my Just Kimmy voice. But okay, as far as the promoters. Okay, so this was one of the other scandals that had came out. And this was I think it was the second episode or the third episode. I can't remember of the TV show last year. But Tasha, they had confronted her over the claims that her husband Rocky had been getting kickback from a promoter behind their backs. One of the promoters had texted that to Kandi, so they had receipts. So one of the promoters had worked with a lot, dropped the bomb on them with the receipt that they had sent to Kandi, and told them that Tasha and her husband Rocky had been dealing with a promoter, and he's been getting a kickback. I'm talking thousands. Like if they ever could grab Kandi and get her included, Tasha and him would get extra money. Not the girls, not the rest of the girls. This is a group thing. Y'all on tour together. But Tasha and her husband, who ain't even managers, by the way, was getting the kickbacks.
Why are they so
they didn't tell nobody. And Kandi said what the fucked up part about that choreo was they had always agreed. Kandi said, we always agreed. She said, no matter if somebody came to me, if somebody hit me up and said, what up, Kandi? I want you girls, I want y'all to sing here, 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 and here. She would take all the information to the group. And the same thing if Tiny, if somebody hit up Tiny, I want y'all to do here, 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 here. They would take it back to the group. But when they would go to Tasha and her husband, they would swindle and try to get a kickback. And that's what they were doing. They were getting kickbacks.
Were they broke? Were they like close to broke and had to do that? Or were they just greedy people?
I think they were just greedy.
I
think they were just greedy. I don't know.
Mm.
But then again, I don't know if she broke or not because when I was listening to Maddie,
Right.
Madison, they was and Craig, Craig, the writer that be on her
Yes.
show. He is so funny. I love Craig. But
Mm.
he said she over there still in a starter house to this day. Like she's been in a starter house for years. And Maddie was like, well, ain't nothing wrong with a starter house. She said, well, he said, well, it is if you stealing all this money from everybody you know. And
Yeah.
you still
So
living in a starter house.
yeah. So what they doing with all this money?
Child, I don't know. And who we got in the background? We got Big Man in back. Big Man, are you gonna be on topic? Big Man know he can come up here and
Yeah, he cannot come up here
change
and
the
start
topic.
talking about that old TV show, Ruthless.
Big Man, we discussing Queens, the Queens of R&B tour right now,
Right.
Big Man.
Because you messed up. You missed. You told her you was going to be here for that, and you didn't. So you can't come up here trying
Yeah,
to
we're not
explain
about to
now.
discuss none of that, Big Man. So you can hop on the next show if we discuss a Ruthless or something else. But we're gonna stick to the Queens of R&B. But so as I was saying, so they have been getting a kickback, and LaTocha was like, "That ain't true." She kept denying the claims, and then the other members pulled up the receipts
Oh
and the
my God!
screenshots. And the
How
text
embarrassing!
messages between Rocky, they showed Tasha the text messages between her husband Rocky and the promoter, as well as the proof of payments.
What
And in
did?
one of the text messages, Rocky wrote to the promoter, I explained to my wife that you were my guy, so you can shoot me 20K. I just showed her you already sent me 10K.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That
Yep,
is one of the best receipts I've ever heard of, even in the beef sector.
yep.
So what did they say when
Well,
they?
Tasha still kept claiming her innocence. She said, this makes no sense. What, girl, that shit last year was so funny. She said, this makes no sense whatsoever. And then she said, so basically, are you saying that I've done it? And Kandi was like, that's your husband, right? Ain't that his screenshot? Ain't that his phone number? Ain't that his, that's his text messages? That's what the promoter showed us, their conversation. And she said, yeah, but I haven't done anything wrong. And see, that's the part that everybody was like, oh, bitch.
She throwing her
Everything your
husband.
husband do,
She
you don't
throwing
know.
the husband under the bus.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And he had your name all in the text. Okay.
Exactly. And proof of payment. Proof of payment. So they was getting like 10, 20,000 and more every show. The two of them.
Oh my God. Plus whatever the rest of the group.
Plus whatever they was already that were gonna split with the group. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She's just an evil witch.
Yeah, so now she wants to sue. She wants to sue. Now she wants to sue Mona Scott. And here's the thing with the lawsuit. Okay, so
Wait a minute. Are we talking about Mona Scott went to Venus?
Mona Scott Young, yes, Mona Scott, oh no, not that Mona. That's Mona
Okay, because
Simone.
I'm like, how in the hell did that happen? Okay, go ahead. That's what I thought. Girl. Go ahead.
She lived down there in Georgia, right?
Right, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this what? Are you serious?
Oh, that's
Okay,
so funny. That's so
girl.
funny. Oh my God, that's so funny. But yeah, Mona Scott, the BET Mona Scott Young.
Okay.
So she's LaTocha, she's trying to shut down the Queen of R&B tour because it's not only gonna be Xscape, because remember last year it was just like a couple of shows and it was SWV, it was Xscape, and they just wanted to see how it went. And if it went well and people were really receptive to it, then they wanted to do a whole nationwide tour. That's what
Right.
the plan was. But LaTocha, she just kept hating and tripping, and she never really went on tour with them. She like severed her relationship with the group, tried to do her own gospel album. That was a flop. That was a fail. And then she was blaming Xscape for the reason why her album failed, when a lot of people said, you was a whole Christian. Like, now you got to keep in mind, you're putting out a gospel album. around the same time as this show's premiering, and everybody watching all the scandalous shit you done to your sister and to your members of your group. And then not only that, but she publicly on a public platform said that her and her husband was in an open relationship. Then she tried to
backpedal and pussy pop.
Backpedal and pussy pop and say what she meant to say was me and my husband has open communications. That's what she tried to say.
Okay,
open
now communications does rhyme with relations.
But listen, what she said exactly was that she and her husband Rocky are in an open marriage, and she said that she said a reality she wanted to keep private. Okay, so listen to that again. Let me say it one more time. LaTocha claimed that she and her husband Rocky are in an open marriage, and she claimed that it was a reality she wanted to keep private. So then later, she backpedals and pussy pops and says, I meant to say we have an open communication. So is that a reality you want to keep private? Open communication?
Girl.
Child, anyway, so back to the lawsuit. So LaTocha, she hired a firm to basically file a lawsuit against Live Nation Entertainment and Monami. I think that's how you say it. Monami, that's Mona Scott Young's entertainment company, Monami, claiming they did not get her consent, nor did they agree upon the financial terms for the use of the trademark or to discuss her performance. So basically, if she's not performing, and if they don't agree to financial terms for using the trademark that she got behind all their backs and never paid half of the money back to her own sister for, so she's suing them for that. So she went on Instagram. She confirmed that basically her sister Tamika, and I'm gonna read this too because Tamika and Kandi both went on Instagram. Basically, after the lawsuit, it said the tour is still on. Despite all the rumors, Xscape SWV, the Queen of R&B tour, is still definitely on. Tell them where you can get your tickets. It's gonna be total. It's a lot of I wish.
I might go to that. I might go because I love SWV.
I love SWV and I love Total. It's gonna be listen. Let me tell you, Corio, this is who all gonna be there. Xscape, SWV, Maya, Total, 702.
What?
Yes. They all gonna be in the house.
I used to love girl.
Yes. Hold on, let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this picture real quick. Okay, this is from
I'm going.
Oh, you gotta check out. I need to check out the tour dates because I said if any of them is within hours, even if it's hours away, I might have to drive up there and see that.
Oh, but I'm going.
This is the screenshot from Kandi. So here it is here. Can y'all see that? I mean, not from Kandi, but from Tamika.
I can't.
Okay. So yeah, that's where it says, despite all the rumors, Xscape SWV, the Queen of R&B tour, is definitely still on. Get your tickets now and come kick it with us. We love our fans. We can't wait to see you. And a whole bunch of hearts. And then hashtag Xscape SWV, Maya Total 702. They said tour, live concert, sisterhood, solidarity, women supporting women, queens of R&B. Now,
think they threw enough shade at her sister.
Not enough because listen to this.
Those hashtags. Go ahead.
Listen to this, Corio. Oh, they was throwing shade. But listen to this. They was throwing more shade because let me cover up this comment or remove that comment so people can see the whole thing. All right. So Tamika also put on there hashtag the more you know. She said a co-owner. Listen, y'all. A co-owner of a trademark is unable to maintain an infringement action against another co-owner of the same trademark. Each co-owner has the right to exercise his trademark rights, including granting licenses to third parties, i.e. Live Nation and Monami Entertainment, aka Mona Scott Young Entertainment. It goes on to say a valid licensee of one co-owner of a trademark cannot be liable to another co-owner for infringement.
And there it is.
You're going to learn today.
Okay. somebody has an attorney, and that attorney is working.
Yes. Work it, work it, work it.
Yeah, it's not like she said, "Hold on a minute, I need to get the money. Wait a minute." I think she went in there and said, "Let's get on this right now."
Yes, yes. And you right, Leo. Tasha was blindsided. They had so many receipts in that reality show last year. I was like, damn. I was like, damn.
And see and that's another thing about Tamika. To me, she talks all her stuff and do all that on her reality shows. But when it comes to Escape, she always in the background trying not to take a side. That's irritating to me. She ain't said one word. She just like, whoever win, whoever do whatever. As long as I'm on stage, I don't give a damn. Girl, pick a side. Go ahead.
Girl. And then also when I was telling you about how uh Tasha always was like, I'm the better singer, I'm the better writer, right? And she didn't want to split more than half with her sister on their gospel album. Um Basically Tamika, when she started after LaTocha, after they basically, she was like, I'm out. I ain't trying to be with y'all last year. So Kandi, when I was telling you that she was proud of Tamika, she said that Tamika was taking more interest in like decisions of the group, such as financing, negotiation, who's getting paid what, unlike what she used to do when they were younger. Because when they were younger, the group used to go by a voting system, and it was usually 3-1 on decisions. And Tasha used to make a lot of decisions for her and her sister when
Right.
Tamika was younger. She took more of a stance, like the go along, get along. Like I was saying,
Right.
it's your way or the highway. That's how her mother and that's how Tasha was. It's their way or the highway. So Tamika was like more of a go along to get along. But now she's grown and she's more mature, wiser, smarter. She's like, I want to get more involved because all she really did was sit back
Right.
behind her sister.
Right. And they always had at least 2 votes.
Yep.
And
And Tiny or Tamika. Yep. Yep.
yeah, and I believe Dunk Dunk went along with them too when it came to voting. That's Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And it always left Kandi out. Yeah.
Right. And that's how
Yeah.
Kandi felt. She was always left out. And let
Yeah.
me go back and read some of these messages.
Sure.
Ray said, yes, they were signing and cashing checks. The mom was also mixed up in the back. Yeah, somebody else. Who was that in the chat said they all should be going to jail? I think that was Leo. Yep. Oh, yeah. You said they should all be facing jail time along with Rocky. And that I agree. And then
Mm-hmm.
Leo said, yeah, see Ray Black, the whole family would be locked up. They would be locked up. But I think Tamika, I think she just is like, just admit that you did it. Like, just admit
That's
to me
all.
that you did it and pay me back or try to make some arrangement. I'm sure Tamika is not over there, thirsting for money or food or, about to go out
No.
her house or anything like that. It's just like,
Right.
you my sister.
Right. And you're my mother.
Right.
I mean, at what point do you give up this child favoritism crap? Go ahead. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous. It's so
Exactly.
hurtful. It's hurtful.
It's very hurtful. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what I do because me and my brothers, sometimes when we were younger, we would fight and we would, get into it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, if my brother's going through something, if I'm going through something, they are there. They are there. If my sons need something, I call my bros or, hey, your nephew, go pick up your nephew. Come do this, come do that. Like we ain't rich like they are. We just regular old working class people.
Right.
And none of us really got more than the other per
Mm-hmm.
se, besides, I might have my own crib. But you know what I'm saying? They doing good too. But
Mm-hmm.
I would never.
Mm-mm.
I remember times when I would have money. I mean money, sitting on my dresser, sitting around my house. My brothers come in. They would find money sometimes. Is this yours, sis? Did you drop this? Like, we would
Mm-hmm.
steal from each other. No, we
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that.
No.
That's very hurtful.
My dad would come in, empty his pockets, and he always carried a what are those things with a money clip full of money. he never worry about us stealing out of his, money clip or, you know what I'm saying? And I remember my uncle was like, because his kids stole, my cousins would steal from him, anybody, okay? You don't even want them over your house. I think I told you about them. And he was like, because him and my dad were brothers, and he was like, man, you just leave your money out like that. And dad was like, yeah. He was like, I wish I would leave my money out like that. My kids would steal it. He was like, they still, if I went to sleep, they would steal the shoes off my feet. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and I just, you, and with a parent having a favorite, we always joke that my father's favorite, I'm the oldest, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And, we always, well, it ain't really a joke, but it's not real bad. But my family is male. What is that called when they say it? Male has all they favored the males. My grandmother had 11 boys and 2 girls. And she really made a big deal over her sons.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
the 2 girls were kind of like, hey, I love you too. But it was the boys, the boys. Then it became the grandsons, the grandsons, the grandsons. And so it kind of has rolled over through the sister-in-laws and everything. It's just what do they say in the B sector? They're male identified. My
Male
family,
identified. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're very male identified. And but my father's dying, right? And when I was there visiting him, he was like, I talked to the attorney, and I told him to split it 5 ways. He was like, y'all are gonna get equal everything. And I told him, if there's 1 penny more, to throw it away. Y'all are gonna get everything equal. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you're supposed to treat your children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not
Exactly.
you're not
That's how
supposed
I
to.
got it with mine. I got it the same exact way with mine. 50-50. But see, after I had my baby, well, oh girl, I be really thinking that's my baby. Girl, you should see me with my oldest son.
I
He
was
was
so
over here the
sad.
other day. I said, that's my child, right? He's like,
We
no,
go.
that's my child. I said, no,
Uh
that is my baby. He said, it's
uh
your baby.
uh.
You better
uh.
recognize.
I was so sad.
But
I
yeah, he's
saw
on
that
there.
you couldn't play outside with him because of the fire. I didn't. I forgot to make a comment, but I was like, oh.
It was so see Corio, where I live close to the Missouri River. And
Mhm.
so on the very other side of the Missouri River is Iowa, a whole nother state. And
Mhm.
that's where the brush fires was. And it
Oh.
was big. They was taking down trees and everything. And so I'm literally by the river, like a couple of maybe a mile,
Mhm.
maybe a mile from the river.
Mhm. Mhm.
So like the smoke, like the camera didn't even do it justice. It was
Mhm.
like really dark and really hazy. And then breathing it, even when we got up this morning, it was like, oh my God, it's so thick. But I was out there anyway, watching the eclipse and had my little eclipse glasses on. I was
Mhm.
going in and out the house, in and out the house, because you can still like smell the smoke. It's still in the atmosphere. But yeah, it was a bad brush fire this
Mhm.
weekend in
Okay.
Council Bluff. But yeah, when they had the baby, I put him on there, so it's like split 3 ways now. So it's my sons and the baby. But as
Right.
far as like stealing and stuff, like people be tripping when I tell them my sons know all my passwords.
Mm-mm.
They be
Mm-mm.
like, "What? I would never. My son would take, or my daughter would take my shit." No, please,
Mhm. Mhm.
please. They go anywhere. Here, take the debit card. Here, take this. Take the credit card. All right,
Mhm.
mom. What's the password? You already know the password. Okay,
Mhm.
mom. But like, and that's like the same with them. Like my son over here the other day, all the shit that we don't have, we got all his passwords, TV
Mhm.
shows, programmings, stuff like that. It's nothing between us to share information. Like I used to be on their bank accounts and everything when they
Mhm.
went to college because they couldn't work in
Mhm.
college. So I had bank accounts set up where we all could have access and we
Mhm.
all could transfer money to each other. If
Mhm.
Cam needed some money for books or whatever, hey, send your brother some money. Okay,
Mhm.
if the other one needed some money, okay, I'm gonna send you this to buy you this. Like we all had like shared joint accounts. So it
Yeah.
was nothing. And then once they got 21, that's when I said, when the oldest one got 21, I said, I'm releasing myself from your
Mm-hmm.
account. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, why? What if I need something? You grown now. When
Exactly.
Cam got 21, I'm releasing myself from your account.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I did was I went to the bank and I had them come with me so I could sign the you know how you can sign, like if I pass away, they
Mm-hmm.
have access, because that was something we deal with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know to do shit like that. So it was, my dad had a horrible time trying
Mm-hmm.
to get money out of my mother's bank account after
Mm-hmm.
she passed away. So I
Mm-hmm.
learned that lesson. And so I took both of my sons down there and said, I want them to receive any funds, credit
Mm-hmm.
cards, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. So yeah, and that's how it should be. Now, if you got a child that's a crackhead
Yeah, that's something
or a thief
different.
or
Yeah.
something like that, you know.
Because I can't believe her mother knows her daughter is a thief. She knows it. And you're still going to back her up against your other daughter? I, mm, I don't know. It
But
should be
you
like,
know, I would. Who I wish Cam was here. He'd be like, my mama would beat the brakes off if we was to steal something. I mean, we would beat the brakes. Like I would tear their butt up.
yeah, that's
I
why
would
the
tear
mom
their
is
butt up.
right. That's why the mom is so upset because she let the world know y'all really ain't shit.
Yep.
My mama ain't shit. My sister ain't shit. Her husband ain't related and he still ain't shit. And y'all all backing each other up and y'all stole from everybody.
Yep. And then keep in mind, she didn't just release that, but she also talked about the kickbacks, showed all the receipts,
That's amazing.
all the proof.
It's
Maki's text
embarrassing.
message, the screenshots, it couldn't get no better. Girl, I'm telling you, I was gagging when I
And
was watching that shit in real time last year.
and the worst thing you could have done, like you said, Hood Table, is try to release a Christian album, CD or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
And then you're amazed that it didn't do very well.
Mm-hmm.
People, we don't forget.
Yep.
Your fans are older now. We're not impressionable. Believe anything. I'm gonna love the group no matter what. So and so's my favorite. I don't care. Your fans are older now. They're
Mm-hmm.
grown,
Mm-hmm.
and ain't nobody looking for checking
Ain't
for.
nobody checking for you.
Yeah.
And see, if it wasn't for a lot of the bullshit, a lot of the drama that she done caused so many people,
Mm-hmm.
maybe her album would have done well. But
Probably would have.
it wasn't. And you know what? The name of the album was called The Invitation, A Conversation with God. That
Oh.
was the name of, and actually, hold on. Let me backtrack. That was the name of the single. Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. Okay, the single was called "Stay with Me." That's what the single was called. The lead single came from her new gospel album, The Invitation. So the album was called The Invitation, A Conversation with God. And that first single that released was called Stay With Me. And what she
Mm-hmm.
basically said about this new album, she said that first video, Stay With Me, she said it was a concept of her renewing her vows to God, asking him to continue to stay with her.
Why is it okay? Okay, okay. Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Girl, I can't with these. I don't want. I hate to discuss someone's beliefs because who am I to talk about theirs when I fall down all the time? You know what I'm saying? And so, not all the time, but you know what I mean. And well, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of all the time. I ain't gonna lie, kind of all the time. But he knows my heart,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows her heart too. But I would, we not out here robbing, thieving, conniving, scheming, and doing the absolute most. What are your discussions exactly like with God? What
Girl,
do
like
y'all
God, do I really got to pay my sister that $30,000 back?
eh,
God, you know my heart.
girl? Yeah, your heart is black. Yes, I know your heart. And I'm not gonna have my people following you and listening to you when you got a forked tongue. You're a
Mhm.
liar. So, but that's just my opinion. If it's a sin to say that, forgive me. But I just can't. How do the people have the nerve? That's what I don't understand. Like, so, even like people in the beef sector, you get popped for something really, really bad. You get embarrassed really, really bad. And next day you right back up there. He.
As
I
if
don't.
nothing happened, as if you ain't did shit
eh,
wrong.
Right, you ain't got no pride, no shame. You ain't gonna apologize. You just gonna keep it moving. I just
Yep.
don't understand people like that. Like her. You had all that bad stuff. You thought you was just going to walk away and start something new without any consequences? I'm going to shut up. Go ahead.
Girl, she thought she was. And Leo said, I bet Tasha really thought, and that's exactly girl Leo saying what you talking about. Said, I bet Tasha really thought that the show would make her the good guy, but that ish backfired big time. And that Christian album flopped. She and Rocky was doing way too much shady things. Yes, they were.
That's right. That's right. You know, let me shut up. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was going to say something. And
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
that's like the white Christians who love Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks ain't like that. When you
Mm-hmm.
start showing us all that raggedy kind of stuff, and then you want to wave the Christianity flag, black folks ain't going. They're not. You know what I'm saying? We are not like the Christian conservatives that support Trump and they looking at him doing all this F mess and they're going to support him anyway. I don't feel black people do that. Do you?
I don't think so. I've seen some. I've been seeing some posts lately. I just, if
And
he gets back in office,
I'm not trying to bring politics in. I just use that as
no,
a
it's okay. It's okay.
okay.
I'm just saying this. If he, I think I'll just stop voting if he become president again. I'm
We,
just
we might
like
not be
it would make
allowed.
me feel like those
eh,
people who don't want to vote ever. I would feel like one of them.
I don't think we probably, the way it's going. If he makes another 4 years, they probably take our black folks voting rights away. It wouldn't
And black
surprise
women,
me.
black folks, black children, black, our future black children.
Yeah. If I was a Mexican, I would be really, really scared. Because they're gonna get rid of them. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. My point was, she tried it, but black Christians are a little bit more to the point. They may be doing all kinds of dirt in the street, but when they come to church on Sunday, they ain't trying to hear no foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So she messed up. She didn't think. She didn't. They think they're so smart, and that's another one they didn't think through. They ought to sit
Mm-hmm.
down. They don't make good decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're right. You're right. And Leo said, then remember when she brought her, yeah, I almost forgot about that. She brought her whole entourage. And then Tamika said, LaTocha had brought her whole entourage with her husband. And Tamika said she was trying to be the Diana Ross of the group.
You
That's
know
what I was
what?
thinking of. What I said earlier, Tamika, that Tasha be thinking like she's the star. Like, that's what I was thinking, like the Diana Ross of the, you know.
She had an entourage. How you going, girl? How you going?
Girl, and choreo. If you would have seen this shit, like she was barely, when I say barely showing up at all to any of the rehearsals, and then when she did show up, she would have an entourage, as if she's just the shiz, naive.
You know what? I ain't gonna fool with you. I ain't gonna- I I just think it's sad because her sister had to grow up like that, and it was, and her mom was all in that. That's sad, and I hope that she gets everything and more that she deserves. And I hope Kandi gives her her receipts that she has, and
Hmm.
she also testifies on her behalf. I hope it all goes down, and I hope that she's the winner.
I think if she really tries to press this issue, I think she'll lose because, like, I don't know a lot about the law, but just what LaTocha had put on her IG that I read to y'all about trademarking, it seems like she don't have a leg to stand on. And if they wanted to, like think about this, Coriel and chat. She's not just trying to stop the Queens and R&B tour. Her sister, the one that she claims she didn't even want to split 50-50 with if they got their own gospel album deal. She is stopping her sister from making some bread out there. Your
That
sister. Imagine the conversation on Easter.
uh
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
your sister. This benefits her family. Just because you don't want to be involved. Why is you stop? You not only stopping Kandi and Tiny, you stopping your sister from being great, and that's
So
the worst part about it to me.
so is the fat one suing the small one? Am I getting this wrong? I
Yeah,
thought the small
the fat one, Tasha.
Oh, see, I thought the small one was suing her. Okay.
No,
All right.
Tasha
Uh,
is suing. Tasha is suing Mona Scott and the Live.
oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
then I don't want that bitch to win anything. Excuse me. Now I got it right. We're going to rewind everything I said. I meant that for the fat one. I thought the skinny
Oh,
one
we
was.
got what you meant because being that we know who Tasha we girl we knew what you meant because I didn't
Okay.
even think for once that you were talking about the other one this entire time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So,
but
and
yeah,
I still want Candace to give her her receipt so she can beat that big fat thing back with a stick.
that's what I'm saying. If they were to bring, like, if Tamika wanted to, and that's what
Right.
I was getting at as far as like all the shit you done to your sister and the other members, and now you're trying to stop your own sister's bag and the others. If Tamika wanted to, like they said in the chat, her and her husband could both be in jail, in prison right now
Uh,
for taking her checks and
yeah.
cashing them and signing her signature and forgery and fraud. Like you lied to cash them checks. We her manager. We her, we her power of attorneys. We can sign for her checks. Now
So
the
is she
company
go?
on the other hand is wrong too because they allow the bank or whoever cashed the check
Yes, I
to.
was getting ready to say that she should
Yep.
sue her sister, her husband, and the bank.
But if she sued the bank, see that's the thing. She never sued the bank. Why? Because if she sued the bank, then she would have to sue. Of course, the bank gonna come for the. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no way Tasha and her husband would get out of that, even if she just went for the bank.
How long ago did they did this? Because if the statute of limitations ain't over, I'd file real quick.
I
You
don't know.
gonna try
I
to
don't
sue
know. It was
me?
a while ago. I know it was
Yeah.
royalties. So I don't know if it was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know anything about music industry law. I don't know because
Me
I
neither.
do know that like the old Motown people, they used to sue for their royalties because they would put out a song and then the white people would have a white group like Pat Boone or something remake the song and put their face on the covers, and they wouldn't get they would Pat Boone would make all his money, but the writers at Motown and the performers wouldn't get paid. And so, it might be 15, 20 years later they would sue for their royalties. But I don't know if they
Hmm.
won or anything. They even would take I don't know, back in the day, say a Chuck Berry song. they would keep the record, but they put a white man on the
I
cover.
remember that. I mean,
Yes.
of course, back then, I wasn't like, that was like 50, 60. I
Yeah,
wasn't
we
born around
weren't.
that time, but I saw enough movies and I heard enough about the history of the old Motown days
Right.
and
Yeah.
how they would put a lot of white men on the tracks, and
Yes.
people would buy the albums, but it was like, it's fucked up. It's like,
Yeah.
we wrote this, we did this, but a lot of
Exactly.
people felt like if white people was on there, it would sell more records or
Yes.
whatever. But yeah.
Yes. Yes. So I know you remember these, even old rock and roll groups and stuff. They just, the record company is awful. They're the worst,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have to sue. So maybe she can sue, even though it's been old. But I don't know.
I have no
Crystal.
idea if there's like a certain amount of years. I don't know. I don't know. But what did
I would counter sue on this one that she did. I'd get
Shorty?
some
That's what I'm
kind of.
saying. Yeah.
I'd get something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yep. And then Leo said, "Yep, her own makeup artist, stylist, etc. Rocky was behind all that. Yep, yep." And Tasha is all about herself. She's greedy. Yep. And Leo said, "I saw a clip of Pat Boone singing Little Richard Tutti Frutti." Oh God, that just reminded me. I remember seeing that when I watched the Little Richard movie that came
Yes.
out years ago. I remember that, and they had the white man singing Tutti Frutti.
I
Oh, Rudy,
when you
Tutti Frutti.
yep, when you recommended that to me, I watched it, and like you said, neither one of us was born, but Little Richard always would say, "I'm the greatest." Y'all copied after me, and for a long time, people would
Yep.
just laugh, and come to find out, he was telling the truth. And
Yep.
Pat Boone, oh my God, it was so
It
awful.
was awful. He's like, Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy. Tutti Frutti. I was like,
Oh my God, it was cringy, and it was like,
But
mhm,
see, the thing about it was, Choreo, for the world, the
mhm,
masses who didn't know shit about Little Richard, they
right,
loved it. They think
yeah,
it's an original until
mhm,
they hear the original.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the white teenagers start going to the black concerts, going in the hood, going up in
Yep.
Harlem, going to the concerts.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think she should countersue her sister right now. Because
I think she said too. And girl, if they actually went to court for that shit, do you know how closely I would be following that?
you girl, and I would too. I'd be right here in in your chat, going, "What? Oh my God, what?"
I know. But
I
you know
wonder.
what? The
Mhm.
go ahead, go ahead.
I wonder if they're going to tell. Well, no, they wouldn't televise that.
Well, you know what? I was just about to say, Kandi, she has said several times there were certain things that they would not talk about during the reality show. Kandi said, "We're saving this for the movie, if there ever will be one."
Ooh.
So Kandi made it very clear through the reality show last year, a lot of different things. Like some things they would bring up. I ain't gonna say it was a whole bunch, but just certain things they would talk about. Kandi would say, "We're saving that for the movie." So if it was
Mhm.
just so many things that she was saying that too about in the reality show, just
Mhm.
imagine how much more would
Mhm.
probably be in the movie. I really, really wish. And I think, you know what? I think the best time for this would be during the tour that they start working on a movie
That would be an awful lot,
because they
though.
like super hot.
Yeah, but they're touring and they making a movie.
Well, I mean, not like making a movie, like actually reading scripts and all that, but I mean, like putting it out in the atmosphere, like, preparing for the movie, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see what
while they're
you're
up on a
saying.
high again, because even though Escape has always been all that in a bag of chips,
Hmm.
like, why with this tour, they like, and all the people they traveling with, they gonna be really, really hot right now. So I think like maybe not during the tour, but maybe after the tour. But start now though. Start now.
I
Putting
don't
it
know
out
that
there,
that
shopping the movie around. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if I would want to publicize it with that greedy hoe and her mammy. I think
Oh yeah.
I think that I would go just like they go behind the scenes, but I would go behind the scenes, but include all four. But I wouldn't let her know anything about the plans. By the time she knew, it would be all said and done. You know what I don't know, but I wouldn't give her a heads up if I didn't have to.
I got you. I definitely understand that.
Do you get
And
what? Yeah.
yes, I definitely understand that. And what's up, the community tea? The community tea said Kandi and Tamika had a sit down on Tamika's show. I do remember that. It was a real convo and it was after the last show. I remember that. I remember that. And Leo said, I hope there's a movie because I would be front and center. Xscape stopped Carlos King from trying to do a movie on them allegedly. They did. They did. I
Oh.
remember that. They did. They stopped him from trying to do a movie on them because he was just gonna put a movie out there without even talking to them.
That
Discuss
takes
how you just gonna put a movie
that
out about somebody and you ain't even discuss with the people that the movie about to be about.
girl folks are greedy. They will try you. You understand what I'm saying? They will try you. They try it all the time with these stars. That's why, when people are stomping and trying to get political office, they're just playing everybody's songs all willy-nilly, and people have to put a stop to it. You have to control your mess, or people, what was he's going to get rich off of them and not give them a dime. I think
Mhm,
they need to go to Lifetime, like, because Lifetime does that stuff pretty good. Go
mhm,
to Lifetime, because they can't make a movie. Nobody's going to go see a movie at the
mhm,
movie theater or pay for it on Amazon or anything, or what is that, Fandango. But I think they need to go to Lifetime and work it out through them.
mhm. I think that would be a good idea. I think it
Who
would be
is?
a great movie too.
I think it might be. Who is Carlos King now?
Carlos King. I don't know exactly who he is. I think he's a movie producer.
Oh, okay. He's not real popular. He was just gonna try
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I
Gotcha.
think he's a movie producer or he owns a production company,
Okay.
something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but I think he has something to do with like different other reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the shows that were on Oprah. Like do you remember Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Mm,
Do you remember Bell Collective?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Bell
Yes.
Collective, because me and Deanna used to do reviews on that. You know, they the women from Jackson down there in
Yes.
Mississippi. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's like involved with those productions and stuff like that.
Okay. He's like a
Yeah.
low rent. What's the
What?
guy who does all the housewives? What's that?
Yeah.
What's that dude's name that does all the housewives? He's so rich.
Yeah, he does like he does the Hollywood Divas,
All of that stuff.
Love and
All the housewives.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has a little TV show,
The Real
late night.
Housewives of Atlanta. But he
Yeah.
wasn't involved in all the seasons, just some of the seasons on the Housewives.
But
And then
he owns all the
Love
show.
and Hip Hop. Yeah.
He owns all, he owns the whole franchise, right?
Yeah, it's like called Kingdom Reign Entertainment, and
Oh,
Kingdom Reign Entertainment. That's what the name of it is. But
okay.
yeah, he did Lil Wayne and his daughter Regine's show.
Okay.
He's on. Yeah, he's involved. He's involved. I
Hmm.
don't know how
He should
like
know
what
better,
type of level he is compared to other producers or entertainment production companies. I don't know that, but
but he should know better. If he's doing all that, he knew better than to try to do something like that, in my
right, because for
opinion.
one, if somebody was
Yeah.
to produce a movie about me, I would at least I like you have to really spend time with the people that you are doing a movie about. Just
Hmm.
like if they were writing a bio and somebody was helping them write a book, you have to spend time with this person to write that book. Don't just go out there and just get some actors to play them. And because what you're really doing, you're going to have all like public information. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna be rumors
Right.
and gossip and public things and
Mm-hmm.
internet shit and social media and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get the real, like, in depth
Right.
information.
Right, because they go and talk to these women. All
Yeah,
he could do is go from TMZ, you know, uh, gossip magazines. Because if
right.
you're doing it and you're not including us, we don't have anything to say to you. So
Yep,
he'd be getting the same information from the same places we've gotten them from through the years.
yep.
And what's the
That's
fun in
right.
that?
And
What's
so
the
he would be just like a blogger, except for we would put it in movie form. He would be like one of us.
Exactly. Exactly. And what would be the fun in that? And I already know what the gossip rags are saying. I need to know. I'm here to find out what was really going on behind the scenes.
Yep, yep. And Leo said everyone says Carlo is messy as hell. And the community T said, trust me, that documentary would have been straight shit. It would have been so messy. And
Right.
JD would have never let that fly. That would hurt him too. Exactly. We forgot
Yeah.
all about JD because
Jermaine
he would
Dupri.
definitely have to be
Yeah.
involved in that as well because he was
Yeah.
a big part of their startup from the
Yes, he was.
bottom.
Yes, he was.
Yep,
And I
yep,
didn't. I'm like you. I forgot about Jermaine Dupri. Right.
yep, yep.
Right.
With
Because
him
he.
looking like a little Cabbage Patch Kid
Oh Lord.
on the Usher
He wasn't that cute.
halftime performance.
He wasn't that cute back
He
in the
looked like a
day.
Cabbage Patch Kid with them bottle socks.
Girl, remember when we found out, it finally came out that him and Janet Jackson was dating? Everybody was like, huh?
No, remember when he came out and he had the braids, and then he came out bald head and like that head. I was like, oh my
Yes.
god, please
It's like,
grow your hair
and
back.
please, just, yeah, I remember. But yeah, he would he would need his cut. There's a
Exactly,
lot of cuts. Everybody that you portray in that movie gonna have to get paid in the documentary. The mama, she would be happy.
because she's the fifth member.
Yeah, and they probably want to include her because she messy as hell. Tamika, which shit.
Child, look at Community T said with them Easter socks.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
People hated those.
Woo.
But anyway, go ahead. So, when's the court date? Have they set a court date? Uh-oh. Hello?
Hold
Girl.
on, I'm sorry. You know I'll be hitting mute. I got a habit of hitting mute because a lot of times when I be watching people and people be having feedback, they always be like, everybody hit mute. So I got a habit of hitting mute when
Mhm.
somebody else talking. But yeah, I don't think there's a court date yet. But as soon
Okay.
as I find out if there's a court date, trust and believe. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, I'm
Yeah.
still cracking up at the Jermaine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, trust and believe as soon as I find out if it's court day. I'm telling you, Corby, yo, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
I know
on
you.
that shit.
I know you're gonna let me know, girl. I'm going live. They had day one of court today, and I'm gonna be right here because now, oh Lord, the damn suck. Leave me. You wrong for this. He looks like little Lord Fauntleroy. Back in the Elizabethan, the books and stuff. He looks like one of those fancy Frenchmen back in the day or something. Like they would wear that shit. Why would he? Girl.
Oh my god, child. I just had to put I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
You
The
know.
community said, don't forget Kandi and Tiny produced for a lot of big name. Oh yeah, that's what Corey was saying
That's
earlier.
true. Hmm.
None of them damn people want to be part of Carlos production. Nope. Mm-mm.
That's true too. Especially if he's as messy as y'all say he is.
She said Easter from 1776.
Exactly, girl. You feel me on that. Like George Washington, and you know what I'm
Like
saying?
all he needs is that curly beard, that white curly beard,
Girl.
the wig that they wear. They wore.
Girl, them white wig. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God,
A mess.
Lord
Well,
Jesus!
that was very interesting. I'm glad. Thank you for updating me, because
You are so welcome.
I didn't even have any idea. I knew that she had stole the money,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know it had heated up to
Mm-hmm.
this point. And I just heard that she had stole the money in passing. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm subscribed to Nick at Night.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she does a good job of captioning her
Mm-hmm.
videos. And whatever she says in her captions, the titles, that's what she talks about. And I
Right.
remember her, you know, putting that in one of her titles. I didn't click on it, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember thinking, wow, that's deep.
It
So,
was deep.
yeah.
But you know what? The
Mm,
biggest message I got, excuse me, during watching the shows last year, because I've always been a huge Escape fan, even with all their drama, always been
mm-hmm,
a huge Escape fan, and I would love to go see them before I leave this earth. So again, I'm gonna check the schedules, the tour
mm-hmm,
date, and even if I gotta drive 6 hours, 8 hours, if me and my girls, I know they'll be down to ride with me. But
mm-hmm,
from their reality show last year, the biggest message for me
mm-hmm,
during the show was when Tamika was getting a lot of flack, a lot of heat from
mm-hmm,
a lot of people
mm-hmm,
within her family and on social media, like the bloggers, the followers, the trolls,
mm-hmm,
etc. They
mm-hmm,
kept asking her, how could she expose her sister and her brother-in-law about the money? And Tamika
mm-hmm,
was like, well, why would your family steal from you?
mm-hmm,
And I'm like,
mm-hmm,
our people, because it's family. Always like to sweep things under the rug. If somebody steals from you, if somebody molests you, if somebody beats you, or some other horrible thing, we were always taught to sweep it under the rug. Now you know they down south, and you know what goes on in this house stays in this house. That shit comes from down south,
mm-hmm,
okay? And that's just something that also came up north when my family moved up north. That was something we was taught as well. But Tamika said, if family ain't acting like family,
mm-hmm,
then we gotta get out of that shit. When it
mm-hmm,
comes to us, what goes on in this house stays in this house, and that bullshit. She said that stigma that we have to be loyal and protect those who don't protect us, we gotta cut that shit.
She told the truth. She
I
never
feel
lied.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Oh, they said I'm going to hell with that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but Tamika could really file charges. She sure could, because that's her sister, and she don't want a huge rift. It's already a big rift in the family once she put it out in the public. So I know Tamika is not trying to go that far. But I'd be damn if you're gonna take them to court and try to stop this tour so me and my family can eat, and
After
you
all
still
you
owe me money. Like
st-
you still owe me money, bitch.
right after you stole the money from me. Are you kidding me? You could go anyway. I'm gonna be nice about it. You can go somewhere and sit down. Right.
Child. Yeah, Community
Yeah.
T said that part. Crime is crime. That is not hard to understand. It show ain't.
Right.
Yep. And
Right.
bro said, my bad at the stove. Give me some damn. That's okay, bro. That's okay, bro. We about to wrap it up here. I'm gonna let Corio. We're gonna give our last minute words if we have any, and then we about to wrap it up because we on 1:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just tell you, Kimmy's channel is gone.
What?
Yeah. So people have, because I was in Lady Nika's chat. And so Pizarro came in there and told it,
Uh huh.
and other people in the chat were verifying it.
Uh huh.
And so they were like, all the members, they got a refund. They were told they're going to get a refund, you know, for all. And she had a ton of members. They were told that they were going to get a refund because some of their people were in the chat, and they were like, yeah, you know, we did get a notice from YouTube that they're going to give us back our membership money. And you know, for a while we were like, well, did she get struck down or did she private it, you know? And so Lady Nika looked and she was like, I think she privated it because there's no message like this channel has been, you know, taken down because of blah blah blah. It's just gone. So Lady Nika
Uh huh.
was like, no, she just, you know, put it on private. So,
And
but
that
yeah,
could
it's
be the
gone.
case. She probably and it is, and it's not on like private when they do that with the refunds. They usually ask for it to be suspended or something like that. Like you can
Yeah, it
actually
was
suspend your
suspended.
account.
You're
Yeah,
right. You're right. It was suspended. I'm sorry.
that's
You're
okay.
absolutely correct. That's exactly what they were putting in the chat. It was suspended.
Yep,
You're
that's
right.
okay. Yep,
Thanks
yep.
for correcting me.
And,
And
and that's what a
so,
lot of people do. I think when they say we're leaving YouTube, like okay. Now,
mm-hmm.
I when people leave and say they leave in the B sector, of course we always think, they'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be back. And we see it time and time again, even with Bradley, even with SB. Like he done made how many videos over the shit that's going on in the B sector? And
Girl,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that he cannot do that, but
Right.
we're so used to it. That's why when people say, I'm leaving the B sector, I'm gone, I'm shutting down my channel, I'm gonna do other commentary. It is so hard to leave this sector.
Even as a subscriber.
Right.
I got super addicted during COVID. Before it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I dip in, I dip out. But when COVID hit, there was nothing else to do. And you just sat here in the B sector going from live to live.
And it was so fun.
Right. It was like people were getting their cable turned off because they were watching
Yep.
all the videos and stuff. I mean, there were days when I didn't even turn on my TV
Yep.
unless it was early in the morning. Because this year, and then when you went to sleep, you woke up. Somebody else was fighting, and they had did 4 new videos. Then there were 2 new videos about the 4 people that fought. So, yeah, but the first
You
time
spent all day trying to catch up.
all day just to get behind because while you were trying to catch up, they were making more videos.
Exactly. You would find yourself watching a video. Like sometimes I would do that with Deanna or some other people. And I'm watching a video they put out early this morning. And then next thing I know, they going live. I'm like, damn it, I can't even finish this one. Then I got to run over to the new one.
Exactly,
But it
exactly.
was like that for real.
Right. You remember when Kimmy the first time we didn't know she was getting married. I was very happy for her. She just said she was leaving YouTube because there was something that she had been making a decision about or something, and she finally made her decision.
It had to
And
do
so
with business or career or
I don't know. I think it was getting married,
it,
planning her
yeah,
wedding,
it could
and
have been. Yeah, it could have been. I thought it was like a new endeavor or something, but
maybe it
yeah,
was
it could have been
both.
that. I don't
Maybe
know.
it was both,
Yeah.
Maybe it was both. And then she came back, but this time maybe it's different because she didn't make an announcement. Now she probably did in her membership live, but as far as all of us out here, she just left.
Yeah, she probably made a post in her membership live or hit up her members. But
Yeah.
sometimes I mean I get the breaks. Like I might not take a long hiatus, but sometimes I'll go like I didn't went like a week and a half
Yeah.
before. I might
Yeah.
still be here watching, but like sometimes like especially on the B sector stuff, sometimes I just get bored.
Yeah.
I get bored and I'll be up in Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, BET Plus. I'll be watching Stars. I'll be just watching all kind of shit.
Right.
It's boring.
Right.
Like the storylines, they sometimes get boring. Like, okay, how many times we gonna beat this dead horse?
Yeah, and sometimes even though shit's going on that's really funny or really, I get so tired that I just don't want to. And it's like I'll wait till Hood Table does a live to catch me up. Or who else do I watch to catch up? I watch someone else and they do a good recap. I can't even think right now, but there's one person who is not Tracy. I watch Tracy sometimes.
Is it YouTube cameras or is it
Mm-mm, no,
um
I do watch her sometimes though. The replays to catch up, but um, she has those Umar people on there now, and I just don't care
Umar,
for them.
Umar,
The
Umar.
Umar boys, and I
Ain't that
love
Ness? Is that Ness?
no
That's
those
Ness with
men.
the Umar boys though, right?
Yeah, but YouTube camera. They go to YouTube cameras too, and they hit her link a
Let
lot.
me see. Let me
And
see.
I love me some YouTube cameras. I think she's the sweetest thing. You know what I'm saying? She's just always nice,
Hmm.
always sweet. But I just can't take them. I
I
really
get
can't.
it. I
And
get it.
yeah, and so but I still will do her replays because she does do recaps. But there's someone else.
I'm trying to think. And the Umar bars be on their platform.
No, that I no, I said that's why I've kind of, they just, but
Oh,
that's why, like her, Brianna, Ness, just the people that give them a lot of publicity, let
mhm.
them on their panels. They be all in the chat being fake and phony. I can't do it.
I'm trying to think who else be discussing the Umar boys a lot.
It's not that they're discussing the Umar boys. I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about the person I watch that I get the recaps off of
Oh, okay.
regularly.
Okay.
And you said YouTube cameras, and I was like, yeah, but they cannot be all up on the panel and stuff, and I'll listen to her. But
Hmm.
if they're all up on the panel and all in the chat, I can't do it. I can't think of who I get my recaps from right now.
Oh man. I know
And
I hate that when I can't think of something and it's on the tip of my tongue. Then
right,
soon, 15, 20, 30 minutes later, then
yeah,
you remember.
exactly,
So,
exactly,
yeah, but you can hit me up, text me and tell
yeah,
me who it was because I'll probably be like, oh yeah, them.
exactly. And
Yeah, yeah.
and just Krista.
Oh, what
And
happened with them? You said they was going at it.
oh my God, it was just so shocking to see Jill's comfort zone getting in an argument because
And what was it about?
well, I think it's okay. There's a whole okay. uh Jill was just Krista's, who's also was formerly known as BBW. So Jill was a mod in her chat, and so uh Jill was seeing a whole bunch of trolls were dropping down. They were attacking one or more of the moderators. And so Jill started timing them out, right? Because they were literally attacking the moderators.
Right,
And so just Krista got upset and she was like, uh-uh. I like a free chat. The trolls can come in and say what they need to say. I run an open chat. People can come in here and say anything they want to say. And if there's something I read that I don't like, then I'll go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be something I don't like. And so Jill said all she wrote in the chat was, even if they're attacking your moderators, and she said the next and just Krista was like, yeah. And so from what other people, and Jill said that the next time she went in the chat, she was unmodded. And so just Krista went on Pizarro's live. She's been doing that lately. I've always heard of a BBW, but I never saw them in chats or anything. Then all of a sudden, she rebranded herself as just Krista, and she goes on the big ones like Pizarro's panel. And she says, I'm going live tonight. I'm going doing a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Pizarro lets her do little publicity. So she went up there yesterday and she was like, because her and Miss T Velocity hate each other. I won't say hate each other. They cannot stand each other.
uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
And so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna cuss out. I'm gonna be cussing out T Velocity and somebody else. And she didn't say who the somebody else was. And then people start coming to chat going, ooh, child. She cussed out Jill's comfort zone, and Jill Comfort Zone did a video and cussed her, back out, cussed her out. So I went over to Just Krista's. I listened to her, and she was saying that, and her feelings were Jill was being rude in the chat per se, and talking back and trying to, you know what I'm saying? And it was anyway, just Krista didn't like what Jill said and did in the chat. And she cussed out Miss T Velocity. Um, she cussed out Jill's comfort zone. And then she was, saying that and I guess Jill had wrote something, and James went live, and I guess Jill wrote something because Jill felt that he shouldn't have had ignorant ass ZX up on the panel because he talked all up under J Dunn's clothes. He called her a bag of bitches. He was just really, really nasty and rude. And him and Jay Dunn was going at it, and he went gutter. And so Jill was like, she didn't think that was right because James had an open panel. You could say how you felt. He was going to be fair and listen to you. Even though he may not agree with you, he was still going to be listening. And so she was saying that I guess Jill wrote that she didn't appreciate, ZX and what he said because, ZX, told her, and he said this on numerous occasions, that all Jay Dunn needs is to be bent over and some dick shoved up in her, basically. And he knows she's a lesbian. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, Jill, just Krista was saying, how she should have took her ass up on the panel, and she's like, "You messing with my brother, because she calls Brianna and them her nieces. She's one of those people that calls these YouTube people like family member names, auntie, all that stuff. So she just went in, and so lo and behold, little quiet, always nice. Jill's comfort zone had fired up alive, and she cussed Krista back out. And I was just like sitting there watching the replay with my mouth hanging open. Because she's always nice in chats. She says a little something, but doesn't everybody? And she put up receipts on her community wall showing exactly because she said something told her to take screenshots of what the people were writing in the chat the trolls were writing in the chat attacking the mods. She said something just told her to screenshot it, and she posted it on her community wall. And she said this is one and done. But then later on she was like, well, maybe. And she, was telling, something. It was just a lot. You'd have to go watch it because there was some controversy because people were saying that just Krista made fun of nubiology and her seizures, and just Krista went on a tour and was saying no, she didn't. That's not what she said. What she really said was this, that, and the other. And even her explanation to me was a little suspect. But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I like Newbie. I don't go to her chat or anything, but I think she's a very pretty and nice woman. I've never
I
seen
like
her.
Newbie too, and I really hate
Yes,
when that had happened to her. The incident with the seizure and stuff on
yes,
live. And I had even made a video about that, and I had even got emotional about in that video, and I
yes.
thought about taking that video down afterwards because I got really emotional
Hmm.
because not too many people know, but my oldest son used to have seizures a lot when he was younger, and
Right.
and he was a severe asthmatic as
Hmm.
well, which
Hmm.
was always like would coincide with the seizures to like trigger when he
Hmm.
got sick and whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, when that happened, I
Right.
just like what was his name? Brian. He was one
Yeah.
of the ones who made. Well, I think he was the only one that made a video.
Right. He was playing it. He was playing it on a loop.
It was on a loop, and I
Yeah.
was like, I saw that, and
Yeah.
I
I did.
made a video. I
I
had to speak out.
I never went over and watched it ever. I didn't want to see it. I wasn't interested in it. I thought it was awful. But yeah, I guess, she said something disparaging about that. And like I said, she went around and she said that that's not what she said. She
Oh,
actually,
but she did. I saw the video of what she said when she said it.
right. See what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Jill was like, I never said anything. But I knew you were
Because she didn't
lying.
say it. She didn't specifically say choreo seizure. She was just like, I don't want to cause you to have, well, It was something like that.
Right, right. And so Jill was like, you said it. You said what you said, but you tried to switch it around. She said, but everybody knows you said it. I didn't hear her. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what Jill said. And so I don't know if just Krista, because just Krista at the end was like, if any of y'all I talked about in this video want to get jiggy with it, I'm here for it, basically. And she told both of them, I'm not subscribed to you guys, but when I get off of here, I'm going to subscribe to Miss T Velocity and I'm going to subscribe to Jill because I want to know if y'all talk about me or do a video so I can come back.
Sound like some manufactured beast trying to get stirred up. Did you see the
And
title
that's what
of
Jill
the
said
video?
too.
Did the
Jill said,
video that you watched, was it called What the F, bitch?
I
Do you call
don't.
that Jill Ragged, Mr. Did she call her Mr. Tebow?
Yeah,
Mr. Tebow, aka Cabbage.
she had
Oh,
a lot of things to
and why
say
she
about.
always right up in the damn? Somebody said
I
that
do
one time.
not
Why are you?
know. That
Oh,
is so off putting to me. It's like, why can't you back up like a I mean, why do you have to be all up in the camera like that? But I guess she doesn't know, or she just likes it like that, and that's
or maybe she
okay.
don't want nobody to see the background.
Maybe,
But she's
but
literally right in. So I don't know who that was, but I thought that shit was so funny. They was like her big ass head and them damn curls, that wig, just
yeah,
right up in the damn camera.
right,
Like
right,
who records like that? Nobody.
right, right. So basically, that's it. That's all. I really don't haven't been watching all weekend, so I'm not exactly sure what else, if anything, has gone on. I know, Mother did a video, and that's about it. That's about it. I don't know anything else, so you can go ahead.
Well, thanks for the update. I appreciate that update. I also want to update you guys with something too, and I'm gonna let bro speak. But as far as like y'all know what we've been dealing with here on the home front,
Oh,
as far as
I didn't
my
know whether or
son.
not to mention it. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
it's fine. It's absolutely
Okay,
fine. But
okay.
one of my sons, one of their very good friends, who we call Fat Fat, that's like his nickname.
Mhm,
His real name is Artrell. He was murdered, unalive,
mhm,
last week, and
mhm,
my sons are taking it hard. A lot of their
mhm,
friends, their family, baby mamas,
mhm,
it's one of those crimes where we believe it was a senseless crime, even though
mhm,
we don't have that much intel or that much
mhm,
information about it yet. But I did
mhm.
play the police. I did play the news stories on that for you guys, and
I
I told
saw
you guys
that.
just like any other. Like sometimes, being that we do cover things from the hood to the White House, sometimes the shit do affect like close to home. Like the story I just did the other day where the guy got 2 life sentences. That dude is my youngest son's cousin. So sometimes when I do stories, I try to be very biased and I try to keep it just okay. This is what happened, when it comes real close to home, especially, and so I try to do that. And I try to do that, with the video that I just shared the other day regarding their friend. But I just want to give an update about that. I'm going to play this clip real quick. But basically, I told you guys what they all were being charged for. 3 guys being charged for murder, and the lady being charged as an accessory. But I'm gonna just play this clip for you guys real quick for the update, and everybody just hit mute if you don't mind, please and thank you.
Okay.
In just about an hour from now, the Omaha community will gather to remember a 30-year-old shot and killed. The 4 people accused in his death faced a judge for the first time today. Omaha police say 30-year-old Artrell Evans was found shot inside a car. This was Thursday night near 24th and Ohio Streets. Medics took Evans to the hospital where he died. Officers arrested 3 people on first-degree murder: Warren Muse, Pierre Jones Woods, and Krishna Jonigan. A judge denied bond for all 3 today. India Johnston is charged as an accessory. A judge set bond for her at $1 million. The first responders' prayer walk for the victim starts at 5:30 tonight. It takes place at the scene of the shooting on 24th and Ohio.
So
Wow.
yeah, the 3 guys were charged with first degree, and the lady, she was charged with accessory, and the other 3 guys didn't get bond. The lady got $1 million, but to me that means you ain't getting out. No bond.
Exactly.
Who gonna bond you out for $1 million? Like, come on.
Exactly. And they know you did it. Okay.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people think now. Again, we don't know all the facts, but there's been a lot of Facebook posts saying that particular female set, Artrell up. Now, this is allegedly. I'm not making these allegations. Their
But
words, not mine. But that's what I've been seeing on Facebook posts.
did he have a lot of money or something?
That I'm not even sure of. Like the guy, I don't want to say he was just like a regular smuggler. Like, he had a job. He got kids. He was also a basketball coach. I had posted some pictures when I did the video last week or the other day. He was a basketball coach to girls basketball teams. He was a great kid. We stayed next door to each other for a while when they were younger. He met my kids met him. They used to be over each other's house. So I've been knowing that boy, Artrell, who was a 30-year-old. I don't know. You know how it is when your kids grow up, you still call them kids, boys, whatever. But grown man, 30 years old. But I've been knowing him since he was like 12, 13. And he's always seemed like a good kid to me. I mean, he grew up, he played basketball, he played sports, he was really, really good at sports. And then he turned that into mentoring and started coaching and had children. So my sons, it was crazy because this one was real crazy because my oldest son, he hit me up and I was working from home and he hit me up. The oldest one don't live with me anymore, just the youngest one. So he hit me up and he said, "Mom, such and such was killed." I'm like, "Huh? What? Are you sure?" Girl. And so the thing about it was the night before, remember when Trademark first came out with that video like 3 days ago, when he first came out and he was talking about what do people want, all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That video. I was watching his video, but I was also getting alerts from the news, and I had even turned to the news channel to watch about, because when you hear somebody get killed and we in the hood and it's like in the hood, I'm like, I'm thinking, not thinking it might be somebody close to home, but I watched the news story and I kept watching it throughout the night. Even when I would wake up in the morning, I would turn on KTV and see if there was some type of update, and I just went to sleep. Then I wake up the next day and my son calls me and tells me who it was that was in fact unalived that I was looking at on the news. So then after he told me, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, "You mean your homeboy, the dude y'all grew up with?" I said, "Ain't y'all Facebook friends still or something?" He said, "Mom, it's more than that." And I'm sitting there like, "Huh?" He said, "Mom, we be with this dude all the time. Da 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 da. I just saw him last week. Da da da." And I'm like, I didn't even know that you guys were still tight like that. I had no idea because he don't live with me anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the friends that I do know is like they besties. Them ones
Mm-hmm.
I do know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But so Cam, he was asleep. He's like, "Mom, wake up, Cam, wake up, Cam. He ain't gonna take this too good." And I was like, "Well, he's asleep right now." And I said, "I'll wake him up in a little bit," because both of my sons work like 12, 13-hour shifts and they work together. So I'm like, I'm not about to wake this boy up right now. He tired. And so once he got up, I told him, I said, "Such and such was unalive last night." And he was like, whatever, mom. I don't know why he thought I was playing like I would play with some shit like that. But he was like, whatever, mom. No, we ain't. That ain't happened. I said, yeah, it did, son. Check the news. Check Facebook. Call your brother. And the next thing I know, all I heard was crying.
Mm,
And he was in his bedroom talking to my son. He started calling all their friends. And
mm-hmm.
it was like, it was bad. I mean, it's been so bad around here lately. I just been trying to support, both of my sons. But
Yeah,
yesterday, I was just sitting here watching TV with Ace. What's today? Monday?
yeah.
No, so Saturday. I was sitting here watching TV and I had Ace
Mm-hmm.
and Cam came in. And mind you, we had already heard about that and stuff. And he was crying off and on. And we was all, going through it and shit. But he was out there on the back patio with his girlfriend and they was chilling. Next thing I know, he came in and he just fell into my lap. Like my son
Mm-hmm.
was big. And he
Mm-hmm.
fell into my lap. And I'm thinking something else happened. Cause I'm like, 1 minute you out there, I hear y'all laughing and shit. You and your girl outside, y'all having little drinks or watching TV. And they have the TV. We got like this. I don't know if you see my patio, but we got like a 60 out there that they take out there sometime when they want to just chill out there. And they were chilling, watching Netflix and shit. Next thing I know, he came in the house and he just fell into my lap and he was just unconsolable. And I'm like, what happened? I'm thinking, what happened now? I'm thinking something else happened. And he was like, Mom, Trill, I can't believe it, Mom. I can't believe it. And he just, for like 10 minutes or so, I'm just patting him on his back, telling him it's gonna be okay. I'm crying with him. Like I did not realize still how close they were to this friend that they grew up with after we moved from the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've been taking it really hard. And then yesterday, they friends been coming over every day, chilling. Yesterday I had like 8 cars around my house. All they friends just outside sharing memories, just
Right.
yeah, and they talking about the funeral and making shirts and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a tough time right now. So I had put I said earlier to people, thank you for all the prayers and support. Continue to not only pray for my sons who are friends with the guy, but especially for his family, his children, his
Right.
parents, you know.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm glad they charging them with what they charging them with, and I'm glad they gave her $1 million bond. Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the update on that. And I told you guys every time I hear more information, I even told Cam, I said this might be one of those cases. I haven't actually really covered a case like in person in a minute since the Joshua Keto case that was in Beatrice, Nebraska a couple of years ago. And so I think this will be one of the ones where I will have to be there to
Yeah.
actually cover the footage and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. You need to get a press pass. Do you have a press pass?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. I should have known. I
I
should
mean,
have.
I have a press badge, but to get the press passes, all you have to do is call ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like when you first find out like the first preliminaries and before it gets deep into the court
Mm-hmm.
sessions, all you
Mm-hmm.
have to do is call down there and
I
ask for it.
know.
And what they do is like I can easily get them because I have an LLC and my company is actually news and entertainment.
Exactly.
So that's how I got my LLC set up.
That
So
was
all they do have to look up that they ask for like your EIN or whatever. Like if you're with let's say you're with the news companies that be on TV, if you're
mm-hmm.
with them, you just got to tell them that information and show
Mm-hmm.
proof. But when you're just your own person,
Mm-hmm.
they still got to know that you just ain't some random Joe
Right.
up in there with cameras because you got to have permission to have your phones and your cameras, your laptops, all that shit.
Right. And because I was thinking that um that's a big, that he has so many friends, he's got family, he's
Mhm.
got a mother or your mom of his kids
Yep.
that a lot of plus the press excuse me, they may want to go and that'll reserve your seat. So if you go, you have a,
Exactly.
yeah. That's why I was asking, but I should have known you did it.
Yeah,
So
and even if they don't allow you, like sometimes, depending on what type of trial it is, sometimes they won't allow phones. But being that I took shorthand and speed writing in high school and college,
right, you told me that.
girl, when I covered that Joshua Keto,
Mhm.
like word for word, testimony for testimony,
Mhm.
I would come home, I would type up my raggly notes that I my shorthand and all that, type it
Mhm.
up real nice and neat, and then give my review.
Mhm.
I would like, because the shit they show you on the news, it might be a 30-second segment of the court trial. You
Mhm.
don't hear everything. You don't hear the whole testimonies. You don't see all the exhibits on the news.
Right.
Yeah, I do. Child, you
Mhm.
would have thought you was there at the scene, at the crime scene, the way I covered that trial.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I
Mm.
like to be really thorough in everything I do, as
Yeah,
much.
that is true. That's why I tell you all the time, investigative reporter, you need to do something with that.
Yeah, I
Or
might.
like when you retire, you may want to, because they have those little small papers, around a bigger, like a city, like one area, like the south side of town, the north,
Yes.
something like
We
that.
even have a paper here. Bro knows about it, the Omaha Star, and there's certain people in the community that actually submit like a what do they call it? Like, I don't know what it's actually called. They submit like a, what do they call it when you put your story in the paper? A column? Is that what they call it? Like
Yeah,
submit a column or something like.
yes, yes, yes,
They're
yes.
just people around here. They're not really newscasters or nothing like that, but
Right.
they might follow certain things in the community, politics or whatever, the news. And so, yeah, and I'm actually a part of that Facebook group. So a lot of times when I do cover stuff in the community, I'll post it in that group.
Oh, that's
So,
wonderful. So when you're retired and everything, you can go and go, I've actually been on your Facebook and some, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's
yes,
perfect.
yep,
Because you
yep,
get bored. So, when you retire, all you hear about is boredom. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because you're not working every day. Believe it or not, when you don't work, people get so, even though they hate their jobs and stuff,
yep.
when they're not working, then they become bored and they're whining. And I think that would be something perfect for you, unless you want to
And
quit
maybe get
your
some
job.
footage and stuff, because that's one thing I used to do a lot too during the pandemic, when it was like we was all at home, and I used to drive around. As soon as I hear something going on, people used to call me. I used to get phone calls at 2, 3 in the morning.
I
Girl,
know.
even my aunties, like my aunts, would call me, be like, "Girl, I just heard. Did you hear? The girl's going down right now." I'm like, and I would jump up, put on
Right,
my clothes, grab my tripod, and I'll be out
right.
there. I'll be covering the local news the very next day. And that's how a lot of times the news channels would get some of our footage or find out about some of the stories, because
Uh-huh.
we would get it first on the
Isn't
hood.
it something? Yeah, so I've always felt like, if you had time after work and you weren't on here or messing around with your baby and going to Chuck E. Cheese and all that kind of stuff, you probably could do a little, like, you could probably do an
It's
updated,
called
like,
like freelancing. That's what it's kind of
yeah.
called. I think it's like free.
Yes, because some of these stories you do, the area, a lot of the people who know people. They would really probably like to get you on there so you could, get that inside scoop. Because
Hmm.
a lot of times those papers, I'm gonna sound like a racist tonight. I've been saying so many things, but
Oh
you know
Lord.
what I'm saying. They want to get the perspective of somebody that
Yeah,
isn't. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know.
Where's bro? Where? Never mind. Let me
I
go.
think he dropped out because we was probably talking too much.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, come
Sorry,
back.
bro.
Come back. I'm so sorry. We did kind of we took what you were saying and we moved it in the newspaper. Okay, let
All
me
right,
go
bro.
ahead.
Here he is.
Okay, bro. I'm sorry.
Ah,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
what's
sorry.
up, bro? We need us running our mouth.
He like all this daggone woman talk. Okay.
What's up,
That's
bro?
all. Nothing. Just drinking and driving. Just damn
Oh,
no.
you
Did you
you
know
are
you did say drinking and
yeah. He know he's sitting right at home. Quit
No,
playing.
I just pulled up to my house. I sure had. I just went and got me another 6 pack. I ain't bullshit.
Oh Lord, you better not be out there drinking. Did you see my post, bro? I think you have put a laugh out loud on my post on Facebook.
Which
Here
one? I'm
yesterday,
serious. I'm
remember
being
when I
dead
put
serious.
the post about the solar eclipse glasses?
Oh, I think I remember. Since I've been going, like I said, y'all thought I was bullshitting for real. No, for real. I just came from the store. I just made my last 2 drops. And when I had posted that earlier, yep, and hell, I was drinking my beer then, and then guess what? I went and got me some more beer. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be cool.
You
Y'all
see,
should
you need to stay
congratulate me.
stocked up. You need to have like one of those freezers that's just for the brew or something
Yeah,
like
I do. I got it right in the back, my back seat with my windows up
that.
and my pistol loaded and every damn thing else. Anybody else want some of the action, they can get it.
Oh Lord.
Anyway,
No,
yeah, I'm good because I mean,
I wasn't doing none of that drinking and driving, but I might have had my the pedal to the metal. I might have had, yeah.
no, I mean, I know how to get you. I've been doing this for anyway, but the point being is that I'm just trying to be cool, you know. Other than that, I've just been listening to y'all, seeing what the hell going on. Y'all see what I posted earlier, and what I said. I see you didn't. I see you didn't post it on the thing on what I said about little mama and that monkey shit with the subject that was earlier. Her and her sister. She ought to be
oh,
shaming.
you
She
made
ought
a
to be shaming
comment
her
down in
motherfucker.
the chat.
Yeah, I
You
made a couple of them, but
oh
sis didn't post them up
highlighter.
because I knew when she read them she wasn't gonna
What are
post
you
it.
talking about? I'm confused. What?
He made some comments in the chat while you were doing your commentary on Escape, and he said you didn't highlight them.
No, it's okay. She didn't
No,
have to because I know that she had read that. That's why I know she didn't highlight it, which is no problem.
hold on. I'm going back through because the
Excuse
only thing
me.
I,
I saw, this the comment that I saw right here. It said making these last two drops be on shortly.
oh, the one before that, I had posted. I had told them they hold up, man.
Yeah,
It's probably not
yeah.
even
Oh, because
correct.
it only lets me go back so far. My bad.
Oh
Oh,
wow, really? That and now they doing that. See, they ain't slick, but
No, I mean it's always been like that. They went depending on how many people comment, you can only go back so far. Now, of course, if I watch the replay, then I can see all the comments again. But when you live, they only let
Well, I
you
know.
go
Yeah,
back.
you had. I had went. I had said something earlier. Oh, they childish as hell, so they took that off of there. Y'all know I'm watching y'all.
Yeah, they didn't remove
Oh, I'm
it.
watching y'all.
It's not removed. Like if you watch the replay, you'll see it on the replay. But when you live, they only let you scroll back so much through the
I
comment.
was talking about how they
okay.
had between the sisters and how they was.
Mm-hmm.
I basically said what I said. Like I said, they she needed to go sit. She need to walk around. They do all that damn argument anyway. Because I ain't trying to go there because my dog done piss me off. But anyway, uh, they doing too much, and that's family. I know I have issues, and to this day I regret my big brother, rest of his soul. Even certain arguments or certain disagreements we had. There's just certain things that you don't do. And I have been listening off and on. The mama being involved, the sisters acting too damn donkeys, and just come on, man. Like, while they walk around, with these Walmart scrunchos on, smelling like Walmart hairspray and bed bug juice and all this other shit. They need to quit. I heard you when you said her gospel album flopped this show. It didn't even flop. Hell, it didn't go nowhere. It just went.
It really didn't. You're right.
Well, I mean, I don't, and that's not knocking nobody. I don't give a damn about all that. I ain't gonna knock no goddamn body because at the
Right.
end of the day, hell, we all got some damn issues. Hell, I got some issues right now. Hell, in the things I'm adding everything up because remember I was doing my drops when y'all was talking, so I'm adding every damn thing in about the heifers with the Walmart wigs and all that bullshit and they issues with each other and the mama talking about she's all the way down to where the signal clipped off, and then you was
He
talking
talking
about.
about Just Crystal with the Walmart with what? Is that what she talking
Oh, okay. Cause I'm like, now who? I'm like, now who got a Walmart wig? I was like, I was up with him until the dog, but then he started talking about the Walmart wig. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not sure what the
Yeah, I
Wal.
think
I
he got that from
forgot.
what I was saying. People was talking about her while she
Yeah.
be all up in the camera with her big curly wig on.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead,
Well,
bro. We
that's
got you
yeah. No,
now.
y'all good. That's all I was saying, man. I'm just catching up. I had just bundled everything in because I know I heard you when you was like, "Well, bro, don't worry about it. We about to." I was at the stove finishing up, actually coming to the truck when you said that. And I was like, "Hold on, man." So that's all I did. Yeah, I got kind of like gumbo. I just kind of gave a whole
Right,
mouthful. That's
right.
all. But it ain't nothing issue. I just want to come on and talk a little. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying about that dusty ass heifer and her, yeah, her mom and sister, and they all be shaming their damn self. They just should be shaming themselves. They got all that damn money, and then you gonna sit around here and talk about that what somebody should not be about where they shouldn't be.
Right.
Does that make any kind of sense?
Nope.
But you
Not at
talking about
all.
that without your permission that y'all shouldn't go on this bullshit.
Yeah.
Who said that she was the whole group? That's all I was kind of like really tapping on.
Well,
Like
you
who
know
said?
her mama feels she part of the group too. She
Okay,
says she's the fifth member.
okay, but did she write any songs?
Gr-
Okay, did she produce anything?
The mama,
Okay,
no.
did she give any ideas on the instruments or any intricacies in the instrument and instrumentation? Did she go to JD and say, "Well, hey, you should drop the loop like this"?
She
Because there's
birthed
only two
them.
levels of that. If you ain't music, if you ain't writing or producing, you fucking. So shut
She
the fuck up.
said
That's what she
she
need to
birthed.
do.
I figure she's thinking in her mind she birthed them.
Okay, what the hell they got to do? What they got to do with
Everybody
ugly
wondering when
ass people want to be pretty?
everybody wondering because when Tanya just said that she says she was the fifth member, she feels like she's the fifth member of the group. You can't really say anything because it's so dumb.
It sound dumb. It sound dumb as hell. Because I mean, why are you getting in mixed of something that these girls has been over 30 plus damn years of relationships, ups and down, issues, and whole nine. You should know your kids, but at the same damn time, you should know how your children and they are grown. They got their own children if they do have it. So
Hmm.
who's going to make? I wish somebody. I don't give a damn how much that I don't have that my day ones piss me off. If we gonna do a 30 plus year tour reunion, mama, you need to shut the fuck up and go sit down. Love you.
Thank
Bye. Good
you.
day. You ain't got nothing to do with this. Because
Exactly.
this you gotta remember when we came out, we wasn't getting paid like we was. Compared to now, if we go out, we all walking away and okay, somebody want what? 20 shows for the next Live Nation or somebody won 20 shows, and they at least won 5 festival shows, and the festival shows was paying $250,000 on up. So we all probably walking away with 50,000 plus, and that's after taxes. You need to shut the fuck up and go about your business. Leave us alone.
Hmm.
That's just normal rates. Now I know it's more than that now, but I'm just saying because Xscape has been relevant since when?
The 90s.
Okay, but I'm saying is they've been relevant since when? When the last time they even did any damn thing?
Uh,
You mean as far as like new albums?
Just period. I ain't talking about the gospel chops
Well, I
and
mean, they've been like doing shows, but as far as new albums, they haven't done any new albums. But they've been
when
like,
you say a reunion tour, that right there. Cause last I recall, Tiny and Candy wrote most of the songs, if not all
right?
of them.
That's true.
that's true.
So how is it that the sister gonna get mad and then want to go put on a bootleg gospel thing? She went and got saved because she didn't got thumped up. She need anyway. Let me shut up because I'll get real disrespectful because I've been in that realm too. But anyway, they need to quit. Like people really trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and y'all doing all this. Like if people want to requesting you and they want to see you, then that's what it is.
Hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
I agree.
Girl, you need to go put some goddamn. Anyway, let me shut up. That's my name. She ought to be ashamed of herself.
I agree as well, but I don't know if this is going to get to court. I think
Oh, it's
that
going to court.
what they should do is like
It's
the
going to court.
good thing about it. The good thing about it is that Tasha did convince Tamika into both of them getting the trademark. Because had Tasha had the money to do it herself and not needed her sister to foot the bill, can you imagine that? With Tasha being the only name on the trademark?
She wouldn't have gave anybody anything
Exactly.
And
ever again.
that's why she is in the situation, and the projects that she's doing is the way that they are. She's
Mhm.
not broke, but at the same time, she ain't candy rich.
No,
She ain't
heck
she
no.
ain't tiny rich.
Those two,
Them heifers is rich.
yeah, the
They
keeps.
got good. They got big money. They ain't got no little money.
You got that right.
They got big nigga pennies.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because
Yeah, they
Candy
do.
got so many companies, her and Todd together, and
I'm
then
just
she's
saying,
still on the
period,
house, was
sis.
on the Housewives for what, 12, 13,
They
15?
they got big nigga pennies because them production credits and them royalty checks from ASCAP and BMI and they still coming to this day.
Oh yeah.
So trust
Yeah.
me, if you was just cruising, you woo, but you ain't right
Uh
nothing,
uh
you need to shut the fuck
Ah!
up.
uh
You need to
uh.
shut the fuck up. Just cause
No.
just cause you plump. I mean, hey, we all us brothers, all brothers. And at the end of the day, I don't give a damn who they is. They can talk
Bro,
like they
you
want.
talking about the ad libbing, bro?
Yeah,
Anyway,
do that again, cause
all that woo, yeah, shut up.
oh no.
No, quit it,
Oh my god!
quit it. That's some bullshit.
Oh
That's some
god.
bullshit. She need to quit it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all see. I know you want to be seen, which is, trust me, 98.5% of the brothers love them some thick sisters. Whether her foot was on the front or the back, it don't matter.
It was
You
on
got
the
somebody.
front because her booty flat.
Okay, well the booty can be flat, but the fupa can be anyway.
Go
You got PHAT, you got FAT.
ahead.
The brothers rather had a fupa in the front FAT and in the back PHAT. That's how it go. Cause sometimes,
I can't do
yeah,
it.
the fupa can get you in trouble. You can have a flat ass with that fupa in the front. Yeah, that's you gonna have about 3, 4 extra kids with the
I
You
three, four
better
can't.
you got.
lift that shit up, move it to the side, and get to work.
Oh my
They
god.
gonna work it. I'm talking about work it. I'm talking
Lord.
about work it. I'm talking about
Lord.
uterus shifted, everything, dropping all that,
Oh
drop it like it's
no,
hot.
Lord Jesus.
But she need to quit.
You better get a jackhammer and lift that fupa up and get to work.
I know that's right. Because Brianna says she got some good stuff. You lift
She,
it up. She got some good stuff on.
exactly.
I'm like,
Don't let them
I
stretch
said, all
marks got
right
war
now.
stories.
You
Them
better
stretch
say,
marks got war stories.
right. You better talk your stuff, Brianna. I know that's right, girl.
Shit,
Tell
they,
her.
them stretch marks got goddamn me war stories. So respect that, but at the same day, like I said, if you woo and not, that's the woo no,
Mm,
nobody's listening to you.
mm,
Bro,
mm, 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 mm,
I
mm.
cannot.
Hey, Mrs. Bro. Is she back there?
Is she
No.
back
Nah,
there,
she
Oh,
probably
bro?
in
he's
the
in the
house. She
car.
might. No, she ain't. I'm in the car. Yeah, she
That's
might be in
She
the
right.
house.
probably would be
That's
cracking
right.
up by now. Listen to
Yeah, she
her
in the
laugh.
house. Probably got an attitude, but it's okay. Love her too, regardless.
We love her too.
Yes, and she at least she know you in the driveway. A lot of women, her husbands go drinking, they don't know where they are.
Well, I did. I went drinking and made some money and came back while I was drinking and stopped at the store and drunk me one on the way home. Shit, I ain't fuck that. What I look like? My name ain't got nothing to do with Bennett. I'm all in it. The
You know
fuck?
what? I can't deal with you tonight. uh, uh,
Well,
uh.
that's how I ride.
He
That
said,
that
"Woo,
that
woo,
that's the
woo, woo,
count.
woo, woo,
That
Yeah,
woo."
woo
reminds me
woo
of
woo. She need to quit.
Martin
Because-
Lawrence episode where he like woo 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 woo.
Yes,
Exactly. She
that's where I
needed.
got
She
that
on her.
from.
She need no for real, that girl need to quit that because she never know. See what she's doing is her nappy head ass is blocking her blessing. Cause
Yes.
for one, if and y'all know, and let me tell you something. I don't listen to everything that my sister did, but let me tell you something. That sister made some worldwide global hits, worked for some big major people in her life. I'm talking about major country stars, all the stars, and that's Dr. Elliott, aka Missy. If that heifer can come on GMA and say, "World, get ready for this world tour of Missy," and some special guests, most likely Busta Rhymes and all them other people. Come on now, y'all. Come on. What that tell you? And
It
she
tells
performed at the Super Bowl. Come
it
on now,
tells
that's Missy.
yeah, it tells me I'm wherever they going, I'm going. Wherever they coming, I'm going. I know they going somewhere
That
close
shit gonna
over
be
here.
live. That woman going
Mhm.
all around the world. She said, but her tour started in North America. She gonna be with the pop up. Basically, Missy say, yeah. Well, how we say, nigga, pull up.
Mm.
That's what Missy doing. Missy just showing up randomly. We don't know what city she's gonna be in. Just pull up. So if they say Missy gonna be here next week, oh shit,
You know I'm about to spend all the bill money.
Oh, the
all of
bill.
it.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm going to see Missy.
Because
The
Okay.
everybody want to say, because
lights might be turned off. The gas be shut
everybody want to see, everybody want to see he how. That's what everybody want to say. They want to see her Miss he. That's how she get it. But Sisika's talented. She's very. I respect her grind, but I respect she got vocals for one. That's what I love about Missy.
Yes, she
The
does.
silly stuff and the rapping, but that heifer can sing.
Yes,
Not
she
sing. She
can.
can sing.
Mm-hmm.
That girl can blow.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to get down and do what she do, yeah, I can
work.
respect
Yeah,
that.
let me work. Yeah. Sit the thing
Especially when she,
down, let me
I
work.
knew she was cold piece when she did a joint a mixture where it had Karen Clark sheared up on there. It was a rap. First lady, I knew. I say, oh yeah, she got to be cold because you can't be squalling. You got to squall with them Clark sisters. They
Yeah.
sang.
Right.
Albertina and Dorindas and Karens and Aunt Jackies and all them. That's Matty Moss. Them babies. They squalling. So you can't even if they ain't on no gospel day, you still can't just be. But Missy Cole, and I respect that. I respect that for real. But back to these Walmart wig having heifers. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
You talking about Escape the Sisters?
Yeah, I'm talking about LaTocha.
They
It's
ought to be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves because that
I
is
agree.
some bullshit.
I agree.
That's some bullshit. Cause you gotta think. Well, you gotta think. We already done been through Coco and what's the other girl? Lily George, the one made the SW the sisters.
the
Yeah,
SWV. Yeah.
SWV,
we
yeah.
already done been through all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And Coco when everything got to run, ran her goddamn self into the grave. Not like that. Nah, man, that's still the homegirl. And Lily and all them, everybody looking pretty. They doing what they doing and all. Come on now.
He is
Don't forget
singing
our girl Taj. Don't
he
forget Taj.
he is singing his butt off tonight.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Right. It's yeah.
But that's what they doing. That's all I heard when I got. I just hey, if the ladies like it and they winking and having fun at that time back in the day, and all okay, y'all frowning at me if I pull up with some NWA, but if I put on some of that, don't know. You breaking it down? Hey, Jamie Foxx breaking
Yeah,
it down.
some
Okay,
people think that if you can run real good, you like one of the best singers.
I
and
know
couldn't
I
sing
can
with the
run.
lick.
There's only a few people in the whole industry that I'll accept a good run for, and that's Luther,
You gotta get
Mariah
off of Uncle Luther.
Carey,
You talking about Little Luther or Big Luther?
either
Oh,
one, either one crazy, either one. Who did I say? Luther, Whitney Houston,
I'm about to
Mariah
Oh,
say
big sis.
Carey,
Whitney. I knew it.
Oh,
Mariah Carey,
yeah,
and
that heifer definitely got to get it because Mariah, hey, Whitney and Mariah, hey, Mariah been
yes.
a G since the late '80s.
Oh, and what's her name? She was on American Idol, and she won the
Fantasia or J Hud.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
And those are
yeah,
like
old
maybe
hollering ass J Hood. Yeah,
yeah,
that must be with her Chicago South Side. She just squalling. She just
yeah.
got she gonna get the squall, and she can start off in the first after 30 seconds. Oh, she about to get the she about to get the holler.
Yeah.
I
That,
mean, she can't help it.
yeah.
She got the can't help it.
Well, that's why they say that she didn't make it in the record industry, like making pop music and R&B,
Cause
because her
certain things
voice
is
is,
natural.
yeah, and
Yep.
her voice is too strong, and they couldn't find a fit for her. They said she's better on Broadway movie, because her voice is just so powerful.
She's been on. Let me tell you something. I bet you. And if Jake and sis, I know you probably got trolls be out there listening to your thing, but if you ever want to bring that voice out, look up the Count Out Room. Go find a Heaven B3 girl. I had shit. You be over there crying, snotting, talking about I need to make an album. You hollering for real. That she'll get to preaching and teaching at the same time. I'm trying to told you. I'm telling you something real reality. But other than that, much love to her because she's definitely doing her thing. She ain't faking the funk. She's still keeping the shy time. She's
Right,
she just doing her thing. But the
right.
rest of them niggas, they ought to be shaming themselves. And JD walking around looking like Leprechaun from the Hood Part 2.
Y'all gonna leave?
So,
Y'all gonna leave? What's his name? Jermaine Dupri alone in them socks. He ain't never gonna live that down.
that nigga
Lord,
like a black pilgrim or Quaker.
he looked like little Lloyd Fauntleroy from the.
Yeah. He was at the first Thanksgiving feast.
Okay, thank you. A pilgrim, right?
I'm talking about he like a Puritan.
It
Corio.
just what?
He look like a Puritan with some Timberlands on, some black Timberlands.
With all that shit rep. You would think with that much money, he
That
would
boy
have
got the
hired
chance.
a professional to dress him. That looked like something he put together,
He
and his
ain't been the
and
same.
his boys and his boys was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't never
Yes,
seen, the people ain't
yes.
gonna know those socks. They're gonna be like, what? And we
He
were
ain't
like,
been
what?
he ain't been the same since Penny put that snapper on him and turned around and disconnected her phone line from him. He smacked her one day, and the same damn day he smacked her, she disconnected her phone and said, "Leave me alone." He ain't been the same since.
I never could believe they were together. She must, when she divorced her husband, she must have really been, in her feelings and depressed to
I know what
look
it
up.
was, but I ain't gonna say it on here. But y'all know what it was. Y'all need to stop playing in front.
Yeah,
Y'all know
but you gotta
exactly what.
look. You gotta look at him.
That man had a multi-million-dollar tongue on that woman. Really,
Okay.
he ain't punching nothing through. He need to quit. That's
Mm.
Janet Jackson. Because there's no
Yeah,
way.
and that was at.
I got my Janet Jackson in the house right now.
There you
But I'm
go. That's
tired and
right.
told you. The
That's
Janet
right.
Jackson that the world know, Penny, there's nowhere in the world. Even a homeless man with no teeth will figure out a way to go and get some Nuvia dentals, clean his shit up, and be looking like Prince by the end of the week. He gonna go get him some Janet Jackson. Shit.
Mm.
But anyway, like you said, the man with that much money, he looking all crazy. And then hold on, you notice how she did that right before the IRS went came and did that repo.
Oh, she sure did. Yeah, he did. I wonder
She
how
shipped
is he
out.
still real? Is he still rich? I'm
Oh
sure he
no, yeah,
is.
yeah, he's definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
when we say rich, they still worth millions. He just ain't worth them other millions that when he came up. The point is, but then again, can't say that because a lot of those guys were smart. You got to understand too. His father was an executive producer for Columbia or Sony Records, so he's
I
always
didn't
been
know
around money.
that. All right. Yeah, I did.
That's how he got on. That's
Yes,
how
he
that boy got. That's
on
how
and
that boy. If y'all notice, JD he was running the music industry just temporarily for a minute. Sony, Columbia, yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Papa Bear was an executive VP.
Mm-hmm.
Pops was up in there rubbing elbows with old nasty Clyde.
Yeah, remember they said Kandi, it was a rumors. Okay, remember that shit? Okay, this what had happened when Kandi started spilling tea back in the day, that's when Tamika, Tasha and them start saying that Kandi was sleeping with Jermaine Dupri's dad and sleeping with
Oh
all the
my God, I
executives.
do remember
Yes.
that.
And then last season, Tamika apologized to Kandi on that show for that as well. Because
That's
she said
some
it was all
bullshit
about her
shit.
sister. It was like the go along to get along.
But that's still some bullshit because if now honestly, now I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Y'all know how to count, do because I am the count. But the point being is that if if her sister did that, she took an L for the team for real. I'm just saying, she took an L for the team for real to get to where they was at. But if that's not true, girl, you just mad because you knew that old man was looking at your sister. You thought that old man wanted your funky ass, and he was looking at your old sister. That's all that is. And he should be shaming himself. He should be locked up with Kels too. And that's my brother. I love Kels, but he should be locked up with Kels too. Because guess what? Xscape is our age. We were young.
Yeah.
Okay, and our parents is how old? Like, let's just keep it thorough. My mama was alive right now. She'd be in her 80s. My daddy would be in his 90s. So how old y'all think Jermaine Dupri daddy is? And Jermaine Dupri is like 50 plus, I think, or going on 50, or if not 50 plus.
Oh, Jermaine Dupri is over 50.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So his
And his
daddy
daddy's still kicking. Look at Uncle
probably in his
Q.
late 70s, early 80s,
Look
probably.
at Uncle Q. That man pushing on 90.
Mm.
And Q is the
Okay.
Marlon Brando. Quincy Jones is the Marlon Brando of the music industry. And everybody know Marlon Brando, but born and bred. Marlon Brando will tell you who ain't he fucked in Hollywood. Male and female. Movie stars, quasars, rappers,
Not
toe
quasars.
tappers.
Not quasars, Jesus. Oh, you crazy.
Y'all know, Marlon Brando's a Nebraska born and bred. That man
Did
knew
you
the
call
business.
me son?
Huh?
Did you call me son?
No, ma'am.
I was going to laugh. Go ahead. Yeah, I thought you
Uh-uh.
said son. Okay.
Nah, that's how Marlon
What
Brando.
did he
That's
call Quasar? What was
That's
Quaaludes,
some kind of
Quasar. Yeah,
star.
Quaalude? That's Bill Cosby, right?
Quaalude. That's a drug. That's a pill, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Quaaludes was That was the uppers and downers back in the day.
Pudding
Okay.
pops. Pudding pops.
Ah.
You know what, y'all? Leave Bill Cosby
Hey,
alone.
yeah, we do gotta leave Uncle Bill alone because you know what? Uncle Bill and Aunt Camille is sitting on a gold mine on that oil rig up in Massachusetts. That's why Big Bill
You
got
know
all the had
it.
to do that time.
You know it.
Let me tell y'all something. See, this is bigger than what folks was talking about. He gave me a bird, but he damn sure dicked me down. But I think he took advantage of me. No, he beat your ass up. He beat that coochie up till you went to sleep.
Oh,
Because he
Lord.
put the pudding pop on her. Because you gotta
Oh,
remember,
And
y'all gotta remember, Uncle Bill was pro-black back then. Uncle Bill
yeah.
was red,
yeah,
black,
back
and
in the
green.
70s when he was Fat Albert Show.
Uncle Bill was red, black, and green. He was for the team. So he said, you know what? You snow bunnies want to come and get some of this nigga juice, honey.
You know what? I can't. I
I
really
can't.
can't. I can't.
And that's what happened. That's what happened. He didn't drug that woman.
I
Hell,
think he was
my
drugging.
wife
We're
in
gonna
that
have to
picture.
agree to disagree, bro.
I
He
think
didn't drug that woman. I'm gonna tell
What
you
about
something
the
right
other
now.
women? What about the other women?
He didn't drug them dusty ass heifers. Cause y'all know I don't like to
Anyway,
disrespect.
anyway. On that note, I'm about to go to
Yeah.
bed.
Annie is still beautiful to this day. Mama Camille is still beautiful to this
shit,
day.
Ain't got nothing to do with
They
nothing
got with every damn thing. He didn't want no brittle bone. He didn't want no brittle
unless
bone Brittany. Why he got a drug of brittle bone Brittany and he's worldwide? Hey.
she ain't got nothing to do with nothing unless she was being like Kale's wife
You know what?
and had all
Don't
these
do Annie
girls
like
in
that
different rooms and had all these
because
girls in
Uncle
different
B, they just
lives.
mad. They just
Hold on,
married.
hold on. I say she ain't got nothing to do with nothing unless she was doing like Kale's wife was, Andrea, and had all these girls in different rooms locked up with nothing but a pot to let piss in.
Ain't knew when they bought that goddamn me property up in Massachusetts. He said, you know what? Through thick and thin, until I'm dead or he in the crypt, it don't matter. We
Man, you know
gonna.
what? Some men can do the most foul, heinous things, and their wife won't ever leave them. They could be John Jubert. They could be, you know what I'm saying?
Did you say John Jubert? You ought to be saying to
Bro,
yourself.
I thought she was going to say John Jingleheimer Smith.
No, John Jubert was a legend back home.
listen,
But you need to make her go to the bathroom.
yes. And when I
Hold
was
on.
younger, I was scared. That name terrified me when I
Oh,
was younger.
Lord.
But because he was over in
Get
these
your ass
pots.
over there and go use that bathroom.
He was over in these pots, okay? Kind of like Booty Freaky Fred used to terrify me back in the day. But no, I mean, I'm just saying, some women, you see them on these movies when they do the documentaries, and they still be up there crying and begging and pleading with the judge. He's really a good person. Like, he done butchered a chopper that ate up 100 people.
Hey.
Okay. I got it.
Jeffrey was eating people. No, John Jubert was killing people.
Slow roast over medium heat.
Hey, no. Jeffrey was cutting niggas up, putting you in the freezer, deep freezer for later on barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
But John Jubert wasn't doing that.
No, I ain't saying he was doing that. I'm just saying in general, they could be eating up people, chopping and butchering, and their wives will still be like, but we have children.
But I know one person that didn't do it. He kept it OG, even though, and they finally find out he was innocent. They still killed that man. OG himself. Oh, Uncle Willie, walking Willie Ote. Gee. What y'all know about that? Look it up.
That is. Who is that? Are you saying the name?
Willie Ote.
I don't know who that is.
The state of Nebraska executed that man.
See. I've never.
His actual name was Harold Lamont Ote, but they called him Walking Willie.
Walking Willie, that Walking Willie.
Oh, okay.
And he was convicted in '77 for rape and murder of Jane McManus in Omaha, Nebraska.
He didn't even do that shit.
Yeah, he was crazy.
He was crazy, but he didn't do that shit.
Willie Ote.
Oh, Walking Willie. But ain't nobody more infamous, and everybody in every city, in every neighborhood, in every country town and side road got a Booty Freaky Fred. I don't give a damn.
A Booty Freaky Fred.
Everybody got a Booty Freaky Fred.
I can't even deal with y'all for the rest of the night.
I'm trying to tell you. Who ain't got a Booty Freaky Fred?
And I don't.
Shit.
Not everybody, but it's a lot of people got some uncles that should go by booty.
We talking about men? Oh, okay, a lot. I know a lot of them. I thought you was talking about women. Yeah, no.
Well, they too. Them too. I can't call them Fred. I can't call them Ed. I'll just say well I don't know. We got to come up with something because you know what?
We'll say that for another show. We'll say that.
Y'all can see because y'all show got some kinky and freaky sisters out here, man. On some,
That is true.
Yeah. I'm talking about they beyond the strap. They 50 Cent say pull up with the strap. They got the strap for real.
Oh man, you watching BMF like Henrietta, aka Henry on BMF?
Oh, I gotta get to that episode, but they remind me of Godfather of Harlem. You know when he had old BDB, old Big Dick Buster.
Oh
my God.
You know when old BDB come through with them old pretty eyes, old bald head nigga just looking, he staring, ain't smiling. Yeah, old BDB, he don't want he wants some booty meat, but he don't want her.
On that note, everybody. Make sure you like and share the video if you haven't already.
And brush your teeth.
Subscribe to the Hood Table if you haven't already.
And drink some beer, because I'm drinking it right now.
Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep
in the hood and brush
Keep it in the hood, brush your teeth,
brush your teeth. Well, I
and wash
love
your
both of
fucking
y'all.
ass.
Bro, it was good talking to you
Oh,
as
you already
usual.
know, Eddie. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, it is.
All is
All the time.
well, because all will be well. And on
Yes, it
that
will.
note, later for now.
Later for now. Love you guys. Y'all
Love
have
Love
a
you
good
y'all
guys.
too.
Bye-bye.
And again, happy solar eclipse day. Y'all have a good night, y'all.
Happy, you know what? I'm done. Good day, sis. I am done. We're gonna chop it up though about that other situation.
All
But
right.
get in
Yeah, we're going to have to go live again soon.
real talk.
All right.
Peace.
All right, bro.